guys. Welcome to the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We got a packed house here tonight. With me, all the guys, well, just about all the guys from Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll start on the left. We got Connor Roush, Eric Hall, Zack, Dillon, and in the control room keeping us live and on the air, of course, we got Greg Kinn manning everything for us and keeping us locked in. You are live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Make sure you share the video, like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us on all those platforms and give us a follow. All right, guys, let's talk. We got a lot to talk about. I mean, there's a lot that happened since the last time we had a podcast. Last time we played some Madden, right, Zach?
I choose to forget. I was so bad.
I think Charlie was just really good. That's what
I
it
don't
was.
know. That's not true.
No?
But Turek also was really bad, so it made me look not as bad.
Okay.
Love
Got to
Turek,
pour it
though.
on Tyler. All right. I did. I mean, I'm just
All right.
I'm awful at that game too. So
8 interceptions to 7.
yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
It was tipped.
Yep. Somebody got a hand on it. We're watching some Monday Night Football here in Studio Squared. Guys, let's talk about what happened over the weekend. So obviously we don't need to talk about high school football because we had the Saturday scoreboard show. No need to talk about that. We already talked about it. If you want to get caught up, find it on our Facebook page. You can also find it on YouTube. Search for the Saturday scoreboard right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. But let's talk about what happened since Saturday morning. College football. Anything to talk about, really? I mean, Connor, you mentioned off the air a little bit about that Tennessee-Florida game. I didn't really watch it, but was it a good game?
I think I hyped it up myself just
Okay.
because it was a top 25 matchup.
All
SEC versus SEC. And at Tennessee, Florida took 16 of the last 17 matchups.
Ooh.
And it's been a long time since, I think early 2010s, Tennessee had that lone win in the last 17 meetings.
All right.
Tennessee stuck in it the whole game. And now I'm not saying they were perfect, but it made for a good game where they stuck in it and kept the lead most of the game, and they were able to hold off Florida for a big SEC win.
Eric,
and
you're a
that
little
bumped
bit of a
them up
volunteer
to
fan, aren't you?
I've been a closet volunteer fan,
You can get out of the closet. It's okay.
and I'm a not-so-closet Florida hater. So
Oh, all right.
I'm always,
Here
I'm
we
always
go.
happy to see Tennessee beat Florida. I went to a Tennessee-Florida game down in Knoxville,
Ooh.
2002, I want to say.
Yeah.
2003.
Oh.
6 overtime game. One of the best games I've ever been
Oh,
to.
wow.
It was awesome.
That is awesome.
Sitting in the student section with all them volunteers, that was fun.
Okay.
I think
All
it's
right.
real cool. I think it's real cool how their stadium's set up too. How it's checkered orange and white throughout the whole stadium. It's real
Like the
neat.
seating?
Yeah, the
is
seating.
orange and
Yeah,
white?
it's just
that's kind of cool.
the whole
dig it.
thing. Yeah.
dig
now
that.
that win bumped them up to 8th. So we'll see what they do after this week.
Tennessee
They're-
in the
they're a
top 10 now.
10 team
Okay,
now.
so how many SEC teams are in the top 10 right now?
You got Georgia, you
One,
got Alabama, you got Kentucky, and
3.
Tennessee that I know of.
Kentucky is in the top 10?
Did not see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. That quarterback, mayonnaise in your coffee must really be the trick. I don't know. We talked about that on one of our old podcasts. but, I mean,
We did.
that's one of those weird, I don't know. But anyways, 4 SEC teams in the top 10. Ohio State took care of business against Wisconsin.
They did.
I mean,
I thought that
really
was
was
a good game.
never in doubt.
Yes.
They love putting up 50 on them, don't they?
I think that's a yearly ritual. Yeah.
You know,
At least once a year, whether it's in the regular season or in the Big Ten championship, they're going to put up 50 on Wisconsin.
with so how they started, they opted to get the ball first against Toledo last week, and they got the ball first again Saturday, and they scored both drives, and they were really successful both nights. I kind of like how Ohio State's been going with starting the ball first in the game.
Yeah.
each of the past 2 weeks.
Well, when you got an offense like that, why not? I mean,
Right?
put the points up, put the pressure on the defense, put the pressure on the other team.
Yeah.
You know,
I agree.
Zach's not much of an Ohio State fan. What about your Sparties? What happened over the weekend with the Sparties?
Row the boat.
Well, they looked horrible.
Okay.
Michigan should have lost to Maryland. Almost did. Yeah.
Ooh, all you Michigan fans out there, you hear that? You should have lost. They should have lost.
Oh, no, it's they played horrible.
I mean,
Michigan State played worse.
it is what it is. That's what, week 4 college football now. You're starting to see the landscape kind of set. Now, are you saying that the week 1 didn't count? You're talking about the Nebraska game in Dublin that didn't count?
0.
Oh, okay.
Is that week 0? Is that week 0? Everybody keeps saying it's week 4. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's week 5. That first week, I watched real college football, didn't I? Like, those counted, right? They still count on their record?
Your week 0.
Anyway. But I think the landscape's kind of starting to settle now.
Yeah.
Who is your, 4 teams in the playoffs right now? We'll start with you, Connor. Who you got?
We got Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State are definitely the 3 that are for sure in.
So you think if Georgia and Bama play each other twice, they'll split the series and both of them make the playoffs? Because I think if one team wins both matchups, the other team can't make the playoffs, right?
I don't see it.
Right? You can't justify that.
No, I don't see it.
So that's what's going to happen. You're going to have they're going to have to split the series. Obviously, you're talking about the SEC championship and the regular season matchup between the 2 teams. So if that ends up happening, then they split. Then they make it. I could see that happening. So you got top 3.
Yep.
Georgia, Bama, Ohio State. Now who's that 4? That's the question.
Yeah, that top 3 is always in, and that 4 is always we're always fighting is one of these lower conference teams that is undefeated or only 1 loss going to get in.
So it's Notre Dame. No.
You're.
I got to laugh Greggy out of that one.
So your fifth ranked team right now is Clemson.
Okay.
I think they've been sketchy this year. Now
Who do they play too?
They just beat Wake Forest. That was a double overtime game. I actually watched that game. Clemson's. I thought they struggled in that game. Now
with
their
all
offense,
the talent that they have, they should not be struggling like they do.
So who else do we have? There's Kentucky up there.
You're going to put Kentucky in the playoff?
No, I'm saying there's Kentucky. Oklahoma was 6. They lost.
What about USC?
USC is up.
What about USC?
I don't know if I have a legit 4th team yet.
Okay, all right. So
that's
your top
up in the
3.
air.
You got a top 3.
I got a top 3.
And then the 4th is what? We'll just say random. We'll just random button.
It's not going to be U of M.
Yeah, okay. You don't think so?
No.
Okay. After that, what they played against Maryland, I think they kind of showed their hand a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see. You need to beat Ohio State. I don't see that happening this year.
Okay.
But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
I think OK State can make a run. I like them a lot.
I've always liked them. I like Mike Gundy. I like the defense that they had. I mean, Ohio State kind of stole their defensive coordinator, but they didn't steal the defense because they still have a rock solid defense this year.
Oklahoma State, they're ranked 9th.
Yeah.
As of right now.
There's another team in that conversation. They're always in that conversation until the end of the year when they get tripped up by Texas Tech or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, speaking of Texas Tech, there's another one.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With that big win over Texas, that could be a launching point for them where, maybe they're a team that's in that conversation at the end of the year. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That would be
Texas
crazy.
Tech make it into the playoff.
If you gave me a 4th
I
team,
guess what you're really asking is who is the sacrificial lamb? Because
Who has to play Bama? Who has to play Georgia?
one of these guys is going to have to play one of those teams.
Well, there's the hype on them right now. If I did have to choose a 4th team right now, I would go with the Trojans.
Yeah?
USC. Yeah.
Okay.
USC.
So USC top 4. You got Bama, Georgia, Buckeyes, and USC. Okay,
Yes.
I like that. All right.
And that's not ranked
Fair
1 through
enough.
4. That's just the 4 teams that I think.
Eric, who you got?
I got the same top 3. I'm the same way. It's the same way every year. We're trying to figure out who that 4th team is, and like I just said before, it always comes down to is one of those lower conference teams going to sneak in? And
Yeah.
I'd love to see it, but I don't know how good the product's going to be to watch them go up against an Alabama or an Ohio State. So
Yeah.
as much as I'd love to see it, I also love to see good college playoff football. So I don't know.
I'm there with you. I'd much rather see a good team make it. There's a couple of SEC teams that are going to be in that same conversation. I mean, you
Yes.
talk about Kentucky and Tennessee, but I also think Mississippi State is another one of those teams that's pretty tough. They could have some say in that conversation, not necessarily being a team in the playoffs, but maybe being a spoiler, being one of those teams that's playing spoiler there at the end of the year, knocking one of these teams out of the conversation.
I want to throw Ole Miss in that conversation too. Don't count out Lane Kiffin.
Okay.
Number 14 right
I
now.
was going to say,
Nah. But they're
have they taken a loss yet?
undefeated.
Ole Miss?
They're I
still
think they're
undefeated?
ranked
I think so.
14th or 16th right now. So they're up there too.
Okay, all right. Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
All right, so Eric, that's your top 4? Top 3 and then random?
Yeah. I'd love to see Kentucky make it in. I'm a Hall, and I have a lot of Kentucky roots in
Kentucky
there. So
blue
that'd
blood.
that'd be awesome, but I don't see it. It's not going to happen.
No, not going to happen?
I do not see Kentucky making
I'd like
it
to
in.
see some of my kin in the playoffs.
My Greg Kinn.
Oh boy.
All right, Zach, top 4. Who you got?
Well, I think we're pretty set on the top 3. I think that's not the question. This weekend, one of the most exciting matchups in all of college football is happening, I think. And that's OK State at Baylor.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
There's Baylor too.
And I think whoever comes out of that game, the winner, has the shot, I think, to make the top 4.
Now,
Well, we'll
Baylor
see.
has a loss already this year, right? They took a loss earlier this year, didn't they?
Did they? I don't think so.
I
Did
might
they?
be wrong, but I thought they took a loss earlier.
Oh, they
this year.
did. Oh, who was it to?
They lost to a surprising team, I thought.
3-1.
BYU, maybe? BYU? Is that why? Maybe?
They lost to BYU 26-20.
Bam!
There you go, Nate.
You know, sometimes it's a Rolodex, maybe.
I don't know.
Or was it lucky
We'll
guess?
see. That's going to be a fun matchup.
Okay.
For sure. That's what I'm keeping my eye on.
I like that. I've always liked Oklahoma State, though. I
Love
mean,
Gundy.
how can you not like Gundy?
Yep.
I'm a man. I'm 40. That's like 15 years old, and people still quote it. It's a great quote.
Yep.
So, Greg, you got it. Top 4 is Notre Dame, and Notre Dame.
I guess I can't argue with you guys on the top 3, so just for the sake of my Irish, I'll say some kind of miracle happens, God works his magic, and Notre Dame makes it at number 4.
Touchdown, Jesus, number 4.
You heard it here first.
Oh, I am one of those people that I think Georgia showed itself this past weekend with that struggle against Kent State. I'm not saying it. I'm not trying to say anything against Kent State. Kent State's probably going to run the table in the MAC and win the MAC. They're a damn good school, but I think Georgia showed themselves a little bit. That defense isn't quite as good as they thought it was, and I think Bama is going to exploit them. And I think Georgia's going to take 2 losses to Bama this year, and they're going to be out of the conversation. So you're going to have Bama and the Buckeyes, and then, man, it's so hard for me.
Do you think there could be another Big Ten team in there?
U of M.
I really think, honestly, if Michigan runs the table and their only loss is to Ohio State, it's going to be hard to keep them out of the conversation.
Be hard to not have a rematch there, huh?
Exactly. And I think a lot of people would want to see that rematch, especially because they wouldn't play in the Big Ten championship game. Big Ten would be sitting there after that one loss, or, Michigan would be sitting there after that one loss saying, we deserve a place at that table because the only loss we have is to the Big Ten champion, the number 2 team in the country, whatever. I really think Michigan's quarterback, JJ McCarthy. I really like that kid. He's got a lot of moxie. He's got a lot of heart. He plays with grit. He's a tough kid. Those are qualities that, obviously it's easy for me to say, but when you watch the tape on this kid, he brings something different to that team that McNamara did not. And I think that there's a reason why they chose him and they decided to roll with him as their starter now. And that defense is good enough.
The defense is still legit. Like
that
they are
defense
still
is
good
enough.
I don't
And the
think you
question
can
is
count out
that running game, and they just got
Corum.
what 250 yards out of their running.
Corum.
Yeah, they just got 250 yards out of their running game out of one guy.
Yeah.
So it's Big Ten football. That's what you need, and they're going to be in that conversation. Now, that fourth team, I'm with you. I really think Ole Miss is going to be one of those teams that's going to be in the conversation at the end of the year.
You're still hating on Clemson, are you?
I can't stand Clemson. Here's why. They're underachieving with all that talent. There's no reason they should have played a double overtime game with Wake Forest. They have. Can you think about this for a second? Like this is what, 3 years removed from a national title and 4 years removed from playing for a national title. And then 5 years removed from the Deshaun Watson national title. So you're talking about, these are recruiting classes that should be like, this should be a stacked and loaded team. And it is, from top to bottom, talent-wise. Dabo's not getting the most out of this squad. I think the loss of Brent Venables is a lot bigger than what people think. And I think that they're going to be a different team this year. And they're going to be a different team moving forward because Venables brought a lot to that team defensively that they just don't have anymore.
Yeah,
so.
now getting into conference play weekly, we'll see what the conference does to them. And how they can potentially tear them apart.
So I don't trust Clemson, especially I don't really trust their quarterback at all. Like Uyunglele, did I say it right? I think that's how you say it.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't really trust the guy very much. I think he's more of a running back. He's a big kid, 250 pounds. I mean, he can take a hit, but I don't see much in terms of arm talent. When I watch I've only watched a few games with this kid, so I'm not a talent evaluator. I'm not scouring the tape, but when I watch them play, I'm not impressed. He doesn't stand out to me like Trevor Lawrence did. Like even the guy before Deshaun Watson. I can't remember what is it, Brian Kelly or something? No, something Kelly something. I can't remember what his name was, but shooting from the hip there. But they had a really good quarterback before Deshaun Watson. And it's just a product of that system. And I'm not seeing it with this Uyunglele. So I don't know. Clemson just doesn't impress me. So there's my top four. College football this past weekend, there really wasn't much of a highlighted game. I mean, you could say that Clemson Wake Forest game going to double overtime. You could say the Florida Tennessee game was exciting.
It was more of anything. The top 25, some of the top 25 teams didn't compete to their standards, and they almost lost.
Exactly.
So especially it was more of almost an upset week out of anything else.
I think the biggest takeaway from that week, for me, was Georgia. The way they got handled in certain aspects by Kent State, and the way that Kent State was able to do some of the things that they were trying to do offensively in that game surprised me. I didn't think they'd do anything. I thought that'd be like a 50-something to 3 game. And when you talk about Kent State hanging 22 on one of the top defenses, not just in the nation, but they're talking about this being one of the top defenses of all time,
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but Kent State shouldn't be coming into their house hanging 22 on them.
Well,
that's just how I feel about it.
Maybe Kent State brought some Nick Saban with them when they played.
Maybe.
The QB you're thinking about is Taj Boyd for
Taj
Clemson.
Boyd.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. They had another QB after. It was like right before Trevor Lawrence.
Brian, that sounds right.
I'm pretty sure it was in between Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence. I know Taj Boyd was really good, but he wasn't as good. But they had that quarterback after Deshaun, before Trevor Lawrence.
Kelly Bryant.
Yeah, Kelly Bryant. That was close enough. But that kid was actually pretty good, but he was a product of that system. He left, went somewhere else, wasn't nearly as good. I feel like that Clemson system is very quarterback friendly. They put their quarterbacks in a position to be successful. That's all you can ask for. I mean, that's why Trevor Lawrence wanted to go there. So we'll move on from college. Let's talk about NFL. Like I said, college football really this weekend didn't really impress me. And Heidelberg, ouch, that one hurt.
Yeah, Heidelberg, they lost a tough one at John Carroll. I got to see half the game, I think. Defense looked okay. Offense just never got going, and they were just suffocating. I mean, something like 100 yards total offense, 120 yards total offense. I think they had negative rushing yard. Like, it just...
Ouch.
And it sucks because I think this offense for Heidelberg just never... They don't have their identity. They don't have anything that they can hang their hat on like last year. Like, you know...
Well, and I kind of thought coming into this year with, Montavious Yearby and with a couple of returning receivers that they had, they'd be able to lean in with the entire offensive line coming back, that they might be able to lean on that run game a little bit to set up the pass game. But it feels like it's not really there yet.
Don't get me wrong. Like, they have the talent. Like, they are one of the most experienced teams in the OAC. They are really, really good. They returned their starting quarterback, their entire offensive line, their leading rusher, their leading receiver. So, man, they just, I don't know. It's a little disappointing because, like, they have the talent. I just don't know what's going wrong.
Yeah. It can be frustrating, but I really feel like they'll find their way. This is a team that's going to come together, and down the stretch, they could surprise some people. They got a couple tough matchups coming up. Obviously, you still got the Mount Union matchup in a couple weeks. You got Baldwin Wallace down the road. So this is going to be the usual OAC grinder, but I feel like they're going to get it together, and they're going to finish solid. I feel like this is still a very solid team, and they might surprise some people. A couple of those matchups, they finish 8-2 on the season, and that's still in that conversation, that top 25 conversation in my terms. when you consider the talent level that they have. So
yeah, it's not out of the question. Especially they played Mount super tough last year. Like that was a game until the fourth quarter.
Yep.
They have the talent. They can do it. They just need to execute, I think. But I don't know. It's been tough to watch because they never even really got like the Adrian game. They didn't even really look as good as they should have looked versus Adrian. ONU, they didn't look as good as they should have looked versus ONU, though they did look pretty good. I don't know. They just don't have it. They don't have their identity, I don't think.
Well, if they needed a game, I think getting it in early in the season to turn them around and get it.
We'll see. They got Muskie this week.
That's right. That's a get-right game right there.
That is.
That's what you call a get-right game. Look at Saquon.
I want to see like 500 yards of total offense because they can do it.
Oh, yeah. And that's one of those games where you need to have those games to get that offense right. There are games on the schedule just for those purposes.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see, like you said, I'd like to see an offensive explosion out of the Heidelberg offense this weekend. That's what you should expect to see anyways against Muskingum. So let's talk about NFL. We are watching Monday Night Football, and Saquon Barkley, good Lord. The dude's quads are the size of my waist.
Tree trunks, man.
Like,
they are tree trunks.
Jesus. Wow.
What an interesting Sunday.
It was an interesting Sunday. Let's talk about some of these games.
You want to start Thursday Night Football?
Well, we can talk about Thursday Night Football. I think that was a pretty fun game. Don't you?
I enjoyed it.
Eric, you really enjoyed it because weren't you there for that game?
Yeah, eighth row of the dog pound.
Yeah.
That was a good game to go to.
I think so. Yeah, you definitely picked a good one. What was the atmosphere like there? I ask you every Friday night, so I may as well ask you about the atmosphere at First Energy Stadium.
It was awesome until they were going for that onside kick. There was a lot of nervous energy in that stadium.
I could only imagine.
I was losing it a little bit, and I wasn't the only one. It was, you could look around and just see people's faces going, "This is not happening again. This is not going to happen again."
No, and it was
And then it was pure jubilee when that fumble into the end zone, and we just acted like it was never going to happen to begin with. We all knew that wasn't going to happen. We all knew it.
Oh, yeah. It's, watching that game and watching everything unfold, they were losing, wasn't it 17-16 at one point?
It was a 1-point game.
And I'm kind of freaking out.
And because of another missed extra point.
Can
we get that under control?
Yeah, exactly.
Do we have to, I even said to the guys I was with, should we just taking on or offsides here, or just false start and back this up a little bit for Cade? Because
Maybe it's too close.
Whoa.
it's too close.
Maybe it's too close.
Chill out on him. It was super windy Thursday night.
It
Yeah,
was
it was.
really
Oh,
windy.
yeah.
Boswell
some slack
Boswell
this time.
also missed a kick, and he's the second
He missed a
most accurate.
50-yarder though
Yeah, that's true.
in that wind.
But also, Chris Boswell's one of the most automatic kickers in the league.
It was
Yeah.
gusty
I mean,
wind.
I guess not against the Bengals that first week, but I don't know. No,
How are
but
you
talk-
feeling about Thursday night?
It is incredible how inept the Steelers' offense looks. Because that game, man.
You don't like Mitch kissing titties?
Titty kissing Trubisky?
Titty
Oh, my
kissing
boy
Trubisky?
Mitch? Playboy Mitch?
Playboy.
Playboy
like-
Mitch. Are you a Mitch fan?
Well,
Well. See, when you start out with
here's what I'll say. I was a big fan of the signing. I think he would be a good bridge quarterback.
okay.
And I think teams win despite of him. Right? If you go back to those Bears teams, I don't think he really helps a team win a football game. But I don't think he's as damaging as some of the other guys can be. But man, the offense just disappointed immeasurably. Some good things. Offensive line looked great. Myles Garrett was a non-factor the entire game. Myles Garrett
Yeah, he really
against Chooks looked. I mean, he was just bottled up the entire night.
I thought I was gonna watch him break that record. Then I was praying he was gonna just get one. Man, I want to see it.
That's how it goes. And the Steelers' streak of not winning without T.J. Watt is continued. They're like
0-6,
0-7, I think this makes
Ouch.
it. Yeah, with he can take over a game unlike anybody I've ever seen from the defensive side of the ball.
I'm surprised, Zach, that I didn't hear you say anything about Canada because that's all I've heard all week from the fans.
Man.
This is my interpretation
Well-
right here of the Steelers fans in the right-hand corner of the screen.
Yeah,
Blame
no,
Canada.
Matt,
Yes.
Matt Canada. It is again super frustrating.
I'm not your
play
guy,
calling
buddy.
That's good.
because the Steelers have the weapons to make it work, right? They have Deontay Johnson, who, besides that 1 year where he had all of the drops, right?
All of
he
them.
is he is a
he doesn't
phenomenal
drop much now.
wide receiver.
Every
Chase-
drop.
every
in the
drop.
NFL.
Exactly.
He got every drop out of that season.
Exactly. Seriously. They have Pickens, who incredible preseason, made one of the best catches I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Chase Claypool, Najee, Pat Fryermuth, like they have the weapons, and yeah, it's just it.
You need the QB.
It is so frustrating to
get
see.
it.
I am so ready for Kenny Pickett.
Is it Pickett time?
People have been
Pickett
chanting Kenny
time.
Pickett for weeks. Mike Tomlin just came out with a statement saying it was like that is a definitive no. I think he said on putting
that's-
Kenny Pickett in the near
Steelers
future.
fans should
The
pick
Steelers
it.
don't. They just don't do that. They don't play
That's
that
true.
way. They,
That's 100% true. They're very loyal, almost to a fault, to their players. They
Mitch isn't their
old-fashioned-
player though. Like they just signed
He's
him.
now.
Well,
He's now.
okay.
I heard
Fair enough.
a lot of Pittsburgh fans going into that game saying they wanted to see Kenny Pickett go in, and
Yeah.
my response was,
Yes,
"Me too,
please.
me too,
Please.
me
Kenny-
too. I'd
Kenny
love
Pickett's
to see you
rookie
put
in.
Kenny
Please.
Pickett
Small
in this
hands
game. I would
Kenny-
love it. Put in
Kenny
baby
Small
hands.
No, Kenny. I think he looked. Now it's preseason. It doesn't count. He's playing against third string. He looked like the best quarterback on the Steelers roster.
Ooh, bold statement.
Yeah,
You wouldn't really throw him in for his first game against Myles Garrett, though.
Myles Garrett didn't do anything.
This is true.
Myles Garrett never does anything versus the Steelers.
It's fighting words.
I was gonna
Besides
say-
Batch Players
I
Home.
was going to say, I distinctly remember he did something against the Steelers a couple years ago.
I was at that game too.
Yes, you were.
Man, you're a good one.
No, but I don't know.
Taking care of
I
that
think
now.
the worst part about it was how good the offense looked in the first half.
Okay.
Because they looked competent. They looked like they could do what they could throw the ball over the middle. They could throw the ball deep. They could run the ball.
Can we
And,
talk about Najee? What's going on?
The Steelers have one of the worst run blocking O-lines in the league. I mean, what are you going to do?
It's pretty obvious.
Whoa.
I feel bad for the guy.
I thought that everybody was touting that they improved the offensive line.
No. Don't get me wrong, Greg. They did improve the offensive line. It is still not good. They're a decent pass blocking.
Still not good.
No, it's
But
still
what
not
happened
good.
last year?
What do you mean? What happened last year?
Najee had a good year last year.
Oh well, he had
Because
400 carries.
Exactly, he led the league. He led the league in carries by like 50 or something. I mean, all for like 3 yards per. Not even like
Oh,
two.
so-
He set
2.2
the rookie
yards per.
touches record.
So
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
that impressive. He just ran a lot.
Yeah, they ran him. They ran
They
him
had
into
nobody
the ground.
else.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't going to give it to TikTok, so
No, but like you could put Barry Sanders back there. I still don't think anything's happening with that offensive line.
Yeah?
it is just so bad.
yeah, they're pretty bad.
Yeah, the defense though.
The defense, though.
You know, they're the highest paid defense in the league. Still can't do anything against the run. It's not Steelers football.
They should be pretty good if they're the highest paid defense in the league.
Now you gotta handicap that with they don't have T.J. Watt, and like I said, T.J. Watt is. I think there are only 2 or 3 more impactful players to their team than T.J. is to the Steelers.
Okay.
I think like Aaron
Bold statement.
Rodgers in Green Bay, and I would say Brady, but I mean I don't know.
Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald is I think the best defensive player in football, but
Is he the most impactful player in football?
I don't think so because I think that Rams team can win without Aaron Donald.
Oh, okay. Well, they're made. Yeah,
Exactly.
They're built to win.
A phenomenal team, right? So
Yeah.
Steelers can't win without T.J. Watt.
That's a good. That's a good
proving
point.
that.
That's a good
Browns
point.
could win without Myles Garrett.
Well,
Yeah.
we might find out.
Yeah.
Exactly. I hope
We
he's
might
okay.
find out about that.
Shush, Eric. You shush your mouth.
That's a pass.
You hush your mouth.
That
like
looks
it.
scary. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, prayers up, Miles. Come on.
Well,
You're good.
Do you think a new stadium name is a
Acrisure
factor
Stadium.
as well?
It's so bad. But you know, Michigan Insurance Company.
Hey, I mean,
Of course, you
guess.
like it.
No, I don't like it. Heinz Field is iconic. They
Yes.
took down
they took down the ketchup bottle.
well, they took down the
You're
ketchup
talking about
bottles, but now
ketchup
they're still doing something with a ketchup bottle.
You want to talk about silver linings? How about that? Zach says, "Well, they're a Michigan insurance company."
yeah.
Man. It's
Well,
so
you know.
painful. I think I really hope that Mike Tomlin's under 500 record remains, right?
Yeah.
Because was it 16 years now, 17 years now? He's never had a losing season, never had anything below 500.
And I think they are going to be over 500, but they're going to squeak it by.
They're going
It's gonna be
8-1.
a tough season.
Yeah, you know, not looking forward to it, but when Kenny Pickett comes,
It's a building year.
it's going to be there.
Okay.
Kenny Pickett.
Can he pick it?
Let's go,
Can he pick it?
Get them baby
Yes, he
hands
can.
going.
The Lions lost a heartbreaker.
Oh,
That's
let's
also
talk about
NFL?
that one.
That
yes,
one is a sad
Vikings,
one.
Lions. I stopped watching because I thought the Lions had it wrapped up, and then I'm
Same.
like, what in the hell?
You can't
happened?
do
Same.
that to the Lions,
What
Nate.
happened? Evidently, they're the Browns of the NFC. they're
the-
my NFC team too. Like that, if I
The
had to root
Lions
for a
were
team
the
in the
original
NFC, it's the Lions
Okay.
for sure. It just I feel so bad for Lions fans because they actually do have a damn good team this year. The Lions are good. It's just
They should
is
be
Dan
undefeated.
Campbell going to allow them to be good this year? That's my question.
Yeah.
He's a rah-rah coach. He's a coach. He's a player's coach, but sometimes that doesn't always work. I think Aaron Glenn is going to save them a couple of victories just because of his. I mean, that guy should be a head coach in this league in a couple of years. That's your hot head coaching.
Wasn't he with the Chargers?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Aaron Lynn.
Aaron Lynn,
That's what I was
yes.
thinking of. That's
No, Aaron Glenn. I
Aaron
think
Glenn.
the former cornerback in the NFL, now defensive coordinator for the Lions. That dude, he's
Good
going to
addition.
be a head
Good
coach
addition.
candidate in the next couple of years. And their offensive coordinator's pretty good too. He's like a young kid, 36 years old, I think, 37 years old. They were talking about how one of the players on the team's older than him, but no, they got a bright future. But that was a tough loss, man. I don't know how you lose a game like that, but ask the Browns.
Yeah, I think Dan Campbell came out in his post-game presser, and he said like 4 or 5 times, he was like, "This one's on me, man, okay? This one's on me."
Well, yeah.
And
it should be.
It was.
It definitely was.
Well,
He Dan Campbelled it up.
needed
the city
to eat some
the
Campbell's
city
chunky soup.
absolutely loves him. They're willing to like. I have not seen this much passion for a head coach.
Who leads the league in rushing yards? Nick Chubb.
I think I can answer that.
Oh yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Nicholas.
Tell you what, he's killing it for my fantasy team.
Yeah, he really is.
What do you think about Jacksonville securing a win in San Diego?
That
Trevor
was the
Lawrence
next,
looked good.
That was my next question. The Jags beating the Chargers, I think, was the
38
upset
to
of the
10.
weekend. Would you say that's the upset of the weekend?
I say so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now
gotta-
obviously Herbert wasn't 100%.
Herbert, they gave him the Tyrod Taylor treatment, but didn't puncture a lung this time.
No.
Yeah, I saw that was a game time decision. if he was gonna do that or not.
25 for 45, and I think he had like 298 yards or something. But
Yeah,
And they
and
kept him in at the end of the game
that's
when they were
rough.
losing 38 to 10. They kept trotting him back out there. I'm like, what are you doing?
you need to
They,
rest that
they also
man.
didn't have Keenan Allen.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rashawn Slater goes out in the game, and now he's gone
He's out
for the rest of the
season,
year.
right? Yeah.
That's just, man, the Chargers slowly starting to fall apart. And
they were a
just at the
heavy
right time because the
favorite.
Browns play them in 2 weeks. Yes!
Yes.
And they
yes!
Well,
Oh,
what about the
Rest
AFC
'em up.
West? I mean,
yeah.
Chiefs lost.
What
Chiefs-
about
the
the
Chiefs-
AFC West?
The Chiefs lost.
Supposed
Oakland's
to be
0
the best division in football.
Oakland's 0-3.
Chiefs lost. Oakland's 0-3. Chargers is obviously hurting right now.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow my Broncos are tied for first.
2-1. Let's ride.
But no, it's just interesting how like right away you're looking at the AFC West, like that's going to be your division this year, and they're not holding up to the standards.
Nah, and you know who's really not holding up to the standards? The Raiders. Good Lord. They're the only team in football that hasn't won a game yet. 0-3 on the year.
That's tough.
And man,
Tough
when I
for Josh
say
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels could mess up a wet dream. I mean,
The report said that they had a closed-door meeting with him.
Already.
I mean, this guy was gift wrapped. I mean, do you think about how many coaching opportunities that he's turned down over the last 4 or 5 years because he's waiting for the right opportunity? Basically, they gift wrapped you a Super Bowl contending team, and you messed this up to this bad. I mean, you made Derek Carr look like the old Derek Carr again. Like, what is going on? Like, you made him look like David Carr.
No, you can't do that to my boy Derek Carr.
I mean, I'm
Fresno
just
State.
saying. It's tough to watch. And Timmy, I know if you're watching, Timmy Matthews, if you're watching this, man, I feel for you, dude. I can't imagine being a Raiders fan this year because at least with the Browns, I didn't have a bunch of expectations coming in. So if they were 0-3 at this point, I'd be like, well, we don't have Deshaun. We traded a lot for him, like the Raiders. What's your excuse? I mean, what do you have to say for the Raiders if you're a Raiders fan?
Do you think that's why Bill Belichick didn't hire an offensive coordinator yet? You think maybe he just thinks Josh McDaniels is gonna
He
need
probably
a
will be
job
back
pretty soon here?
mid-season. We'll keep your seat warm for you, Josh.
Don't worry, we won't hire anybody. You'll be back.
I wonder
back.
I wonder what that's like on Josh McDaniels
Oh,
too, because
man.
he was on the Broncos for the longest time.
A couple years.
Yeah.
If I was a Raiders fan, my excuse, I guess, would just be to say, it's only week 3, guys. Come on. Just
That's
chill
true.
out.
That's only week 3. Yeah,
Like,
only week 3.
We got this next one. Let's ride.
Yeah.
No,
Raider Nation, let's
no,
ride.
that's
Yeah,
a Broncos thing.
let's
Stop
ride,
it,
Raider
Greg. That's a
Nation.
Broncos thing.
It's a Broncos,
It's a Broncos
thing.
thing.
Ride to the black hole, whatever they call it.
Speaking of Broncos, I want to gouge my eyeballs out after watching that game last night.
Can you
Yeah,
guess how many?
Lord.
Can you guess how many punts there were last night?
I saw that it was a
17.
Yeah.
10 of them by the Broncos.
I was going to say, I knew one of them had 10, and then the other team had 7. Yeah.
Corliss Waitman, who looked phenomenal on the Steelers.
MVP.
He put like 460 something yards punting. Like he had more total yards punting than either offense did combined.
It was such a.
Something like
I
that.
don't know what's going on. I mean, Russ was very he wasn't accurate that game.
Except for that last drive.
The last drive.
That last drive, he actually looked like Russell Wilson. And I'm be honest, I bet he just said, I'm going to draw these plays up in the dirt. Let me do this. Screw your playbook. Screw what you're trying to tell me. This is my time. This is Russ time. Let me cook.
So
How much you want to bet?
No,
I don't know what's going wrong for the Broncos, because that was the same offense that the Packers rolled out last year. It's hack it, right? Same. I mean, theoretically, it's the same thing.
So you're saying that Russ just can't hack it?
That was really bad.
Yeah, I'm not going with that
really
one,
bad.
Nate. I'm sorry. No.
At least I laughed. I thought it was funny.
No, I don't know what's going wrong, and I think, Connor, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't the Broncos don't know either.
The only thing that's hurting the Broncos is the offense, and that sucks because the defense is playing lights out.
Yeah, limited the Niners to 10 points.
Yeah, they're playing lights out, and obviously special teams is holding their
Jimmy G
is holding their own. But yeah, 3 touchdowns for Russ in 3 games so far this season?
Woof.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Is that learning the new offense? Is he gonna? I mean,
they're the only reasons why the Steelers aren't the
You're in a
worst.
different environment in Denver. Yes, obviously a different offense and a head coach, different head coach. Everything's new. Yeah. I think it'll come. I didn't think it'd come this late, but we'll see. I think it'll eventually come through.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
It's just for you to take photo ops.
It'll come through.
In front of your big old truck. Let's ride.
I think the way this NFL season has started, I think you're going to see more players playing in the preseason next year.
I think so.
And that's what I didn't like either. They didn't even play Russ with his new offense in the preseason at all.
Yeah, well, that's something that I think a lot of teams are going to change after this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially the way this first couple of weeks has started. Bengals got a win over the Jets. That was kind of a snooze fest game. Dolphins with the win over the Bills. The Bills missing most of their secondary for that game.
Pray for Micah.
I was thinking going into that game, okay, the Dolphins should win this game. They should put up some points.
Sadly.
Bills still played pretty well with them.
No, they
still they limited them to 21 points. And this is an offense for the Dolphins have been putting up 30 plus per game.
Tua is out for a while.
You think he's out for a while?
I don't think
he was. He came out he was out for a quarter, 2 quarters?
Yeah,
he was out for a period of the game.
Should he have came back in?
That is not for me
They
to
were debating
decide.
that this morning, and I thought the same thing. You see him get up after the play, and he's wobbly and he's staggering, and then he almost falls down, and then he gets back up, and I'm like, they're going to really let this dude keep playing. Then they took him out.
They said it was just his back, man.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't just a back injury, but hey,
Well, I'm pretty sure I did see across the bottom ticker here earlier that he is not in concussion protocol right now.
Yeah, I saw that. So
They'd be in hot
you
water.
want to give the NFL the benefit of the doubt, but also that you don't want to do that.
if he was,
You can't do that.
like Greg said, they'd be in a lot of hot water.
That's true.
That's
if he
admitting
was in the
guilt right
concussion
there.
protocol, Miami would be
You
screwed.
got to commit now. You
And
put him
after
back in, you got to commit.
I mean, they're already missing a first-round pick, so
Miami just can't stop getting out of their own way.
Yeah.
If this is true.
But
If
3-0,
not, it's just tampering.
Mike
What are you gonna
McDaniels.
Yeah.
He's looking like a genius right now.
Did you guys happen to catch the Andrew Hawkins interview where he was talking about Mike McDaniel's time in Cleveland and how he didn't have them studying because he was talking about how how he teaches receivers to get off the line and how he wasn't teaching them by showing them other receivers and how they do it. He had them study Allen Iverson crossovers. And he said this led to that, and he said he watched him how it translated to the field, and now you see it all the time. You see like Stephon Diggs will do this at the line of scrimmage, where it looks like he's got a ball. It looks like he's got a ball in his hands between his legs, and he says, that year I think it was 2014 when he was their wide receivers coach in Cleveland.
Yeah,
but he was talking about how they studied that film. And through the first 8 weeks of the season, not one receiver got beat in press coverage at the line of scrimmage. Not one receiver. And that's crazy to me. That's a crazy stat.
It is.
And when you think about, now He's with the Dolphins after, however many years of being in the NFL as an assistant coach. He's got his opportunity as a head coach to implement his own, concepts, his own schemes. You're seeing it, man. And that's a Dolphins team that, they're dangerous.
I thought they could be good, but they're way better than I anticipated.
With Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and that offense and the way that McDaniel schemes guys to get open, that team's not going anywhere.
They're set for a threat.
Yeah, they're set for a while. And it doesn't matter who's at quarterback, really. Like, honestly. Tua is doing the best job that he could possibly do, but I just feel like it wouldn't matter who's at quarterback. They're going to be successful. Raiders 0-3. Titans picking up a big win, finally getting back to running the ball, getting back to, what they're known for. Panthers, Baker Mayfield, shutting up the haters.
1-2.
Not really. He was like,
Or are they 1-2?
he had like 100 yards passing or something. Yeah, he was doo-doo water. But let's see. Yeah, 170 yards passing, a touchdown. Didn't even complete 50% of his passes. Jeez. But he's got Christian McCaffrey to bail him out with 100 yards rushing for the second straight game. And their newly acquired wide receiver, Laviska Shenault, with a touchdown. So,
if you guys are wondering why 3 out of the 4 of us just collectively
what did Noah Brown just?
CeeDee Lamb just dropped the most
right
wide open touchdown catch I've ever seen.
Right there.
Oh, wow.
Right there.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. I hate Dallas.
I had a buddy of mine that I'm playing in fantasy this week. He asked me why I didn't start CD, and I'm like, well, I think Noah Brown's going to go off. I think he's going to have a better game. This just backs up my statement. CD sometimes I feel like
on you.
sometimes I feel like he's just too much flash. But yeah, you got the Panthers with the win over the Saints. Not
What do you
really
think
much
about
else.
the GOAT versus GOAT matchup?
Yeah, that was a snooze fest. That one almost
So-
put me to sleep.
so
Now,
boring.
it did have one, thing come out of it where Rodgers was talking about the Jumbotron and he saw something in pregame.
Yeah.
And
What was that about?
I've seen that.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know what
He
he's
was
even talking about.
Now the Buccaneers are trying to find out what it was. I think they're just trying to get Brady to smash the Jumbotron like he did those Surface tablets.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Smash it. But no, that was one of those games that just kind of put me to sleep.
Yeah.
For real. I don't know. That one and the Broncos game. And they were back to back. Are either one of those defenses good? The Buccaneers are pretty decent. Their defense is pretty decent. But is the Packers defense really that good to hold the Buccaneers to just 12 points? Or is it because Tom Brady was missing, his top 3 receivers? Because wasn't Evans and Godwin and Julio Jones all out?
It's Tom Brady.
Yep.
If you can hold Tom Brady to 12 points, you're doing good. You're doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. So the Packers, I think moving forward after that week 1 loss, they're right back where they were last year. I feel like they did the same thing last year. We talked about that after the first game. We're like, watch the Packers. They did the same thing last year where they lost to the Saints. Remember, Connor? We talked about that.
Yes, we did.
And here they are, 2-1, and now probably one of the best, or they'll be in the conversation as one of the best teams in the NFC.
You
at the
know
end of
they
the year,
will.
So, another one that kind of surprised me, Colts picking
They
up the
beat
win
the
over the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yes.
And
Matt Ryan.
Matty Ice.
Wasn't that in Kansas City?
No, that was in
it
Indianapolis.
That's right. But
That's a happy loss for me.
the Chiefs really don't have much in the form of a running game, and I think that's really what's going to kill them down the
Who
stretch.
all they have? Just Carl Edwards-Helaire?
They've got
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
and he had 7 carries for 0 yards yesterday.
But also
But he did have a touchdown.
he's a good running back.
Yes, he is.
Did you
Does
see
that mean
that-
they don't have an offensive line?
Did you see Shady McCoy? LaShawn McCoy tweeted about Eric Bieniemy, and he was like, he went off on Eric Bieniemy.
Sleeping with
Chiefs,
the enemy?
Okay, the Chiefs' offensive coordinator, and he was saying he doesn't know how to play call. He doesn't know anything about the offense. He's just there to get upset about stuff. I think was the tweet. McCoy, who's on that
Yes.
Chiefs Super Bowl team.
So that's why he hasn't got a head coach job, huh?
I mean, yeah, because Bieniemy was like, he's been a top candidate for years
3
now.
years at least.
He has.
Yeah, so that's, I mean,
Another drop for CD.
he got in a fight.
It was a tip pass.
Hands on it. Hands on it.
But yeah, he got in a fight with Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. That's never good.
Oh, that's
So,
definitely not good.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahomes went off. He got pretty heated there.
Yeah. Commanders, Eagles. Eagles look great this year.
Man, they shut down
God.
Carson.
Carson Wentz. Came
Get
and
out
went.
of here.
Came and went.
for whatever
Came in,
reason
yeah.
has an
I like
inability
that,
to
Nate.
throw to Scary Terry.
That's funny.
And that's mind-boggling because, I mean, but he is Captain Checkdown. He's done that his entire career. Every time when Carson Wentz is playing for a fantasy football team, take the running back. Like,
Take the running back, but-
stream that running back on that team because they're going to be down in the game, and he's going to be checking it down to the running back 5, 6, 7 times at the end of the game.
See, the thing with Wentz is he's always trying to play hero ball.
Always.
Like, even when he just, like, he should give up on a play. He did this in Indianapolis. He did this in Philadelphia. Like, he has always just been, like, trying to save the game. And, you know, when it works, it looks cool. He can do it. He did it for a couple years. But when it doesn't work, it's just ugly, ugly football.
Do you think that how he led
Doug Peterson made him look like an MVP.
So you think how he led the Eagles that season when they won the Super Bowl and he got hurt, did that turn him around?
I think
He might
him
playing scared,
watching
yeah.
Nick Foles win the Super Bowl
Big Dick Nick?
messed his head up. BDN.
I don't know about that, but I definitely think he's scared to hurt himself. I mean, that's what it looked like in Indy.
Well, that might be it. I don't know. He was injured at North Dakota State too, so maybe that could be something, but I don't know. Carson Wentz has never really been that good, except for that 1 year when he
was MVP
when
almost.
he was almost the MVP through 11 games, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And since then, just has not been the same. And I don't think it's really that much to do with the injury because quarterbacks come back from ACL injuries all the time. It's not. That's not too
it's
much
not the
to ask.
physical; it's the mental.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not Carson Wentz. I'm not getting paid millions of dollars to play football. But
Yeah.
It's just my thoughts.
We talk about the ugliest 2-1 team in football, the Bears.
The
The Bears.
Bears.
Who are you guys?
The Bears. No, I mean, Chicago. Look at this stat line for Justin Fields. 8 for 17 for 106 yards and 2 interceptions.
So are we convinced?
But we did have 8 carries for 47 yards. So
Are we convinced that he's not the real deal?
I'm convinced that they don't have anybody around him. That
I
can
wouldn't
help him.
blame all on Justin. I'm with what Nate said.
I think we found out Khalil Herbert is a dog.
Good Lord.
Man.
Yeah, and
How many yards does he have?
157 on 20 carries. That's the reason they won that game.
Yep.
That and
Damon Pierce looked good for the Texans.
yes, he did.
This was his first game where he's out carrying Rex Burkhead, I think.
20 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, Davis Mills is going to hold that team back. The Texans are not going to be that good because of Davis Mills.
Why
I feel
are
like
people so high on him?
I don't know.
Because he's got the longest neck in the league.
He really does.
Have you seen that thing?
He's
Man, I don't
he's
see
giving
it.
Mike Glennon a
He
run
looks-
for his money.
He looks like an
don't see
alpaca.
it.
Have you ever seen Mike Glennon's neck? He's got the longest neck in
Yeah.
the league, and he's giving him a run for his money.
Greg, can you pull it up? Greg, I want a graphic before
A
that.
comparison of
Yeah, let's see
Mike
it.
Glennon's
Oh my
neck
God.
and Davis Mills'
Davis
neck.
Mills neck.
All right, give me a
Side
second.
by side.
Give me a
comparison.
second.
We'll work on something else while you're doing that. But
Come
yeah,
back to that.
they got. I mean, you want to talk about the longest necks in football? Definitely those two for sure. They are neck and neck when it comes to.
Knee slapper.
You're
I
0
got a pop from Greg.
you're 0 for 2, Nate. You're 0 for 2 on them days.
Hey, I got a pop from Greg on that one.
Dude, I can already see the graphic that he's pulling up.
Look at that!
That
Look
is-
at how long.
That is hilarious.
Look at the one off to the left.
Hold on, they can't see yet. The audience can't see it yet. Hold on.
Oh my God!
Hold on.
Oh, that's so good. Oh,
Hold on, they
that's
can't
so
see
good.
yet.
Glennon's got that though, man.
Oh, dude, for real, his neck is ridiculous. That dude's a giraffe. Look at him.
Yeah.
I think he's got 2 Adam's apples.
Hold on, they still can't see it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Hold on, it's not letting me load it in. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
I love how there's giraffes.
The fourth image on Google.
Oh my God, it's
Picture
so
of 3
funny.
giraffes.
Oh my God, my gut, my gut. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, they still can't see it yet. I mean,
They can't see it.
I'll get it. Sorry, guys.
oh, it's okay.
I just love because I'm watching you searching.
Oh my God! Looking at all
to
the
get
search
The
results.
giraffe.
We need
The
to get rid of
giraffe.
this monitor. We're spoiling
Oh
stuff.
my God.
There we
Oh, that's
There
so
we
good.
go.
Yes. See, now, come on. You tell me.
That's
Let's see if we can-
awesome.
I think, all right, so Davis has got him with the thickness for sure. He's got the
The
girth.
The girth?
He's got the girth, but I think Glennon's got him in the length. And you know,
I don't even know
the
about
ladies always say that girth is what matters, you
I
know?
don't-
So, hey,
don't
we'll
even-
go with Davis.
I don't even know if he's. I don't know. It's so weird how thick his neck is.
It really
head.
is, dude. It's thicker than his head. It is. It's thicker than his head.
It's like
That's
he
weird.
swallowed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's real weird.
Can they see this yet, Greg?
Yes.
Oh, that's
God.
so good. Oh my God.
My goodness.
Those two, when they're done with football, they need to have an MMA match for the longest
With just
neck.
their necks.
Yeah.
They'll be
Fighting
giraffes.
like giraffe, fighting like giraffes, like whipping their heads at each other.
Yes.
You ever seen a giraffe?
It's so wild.
Oh,
that's good.
I like that. That's funny.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's pretty much it for NFL for week 3. I mean, there's some
What a
other
shitty
games,
week.
but I don't know.
Talk about the snooze fest. I said this was going to be a snooze fest.
Oh, this one's definitely, yeah. The battle of the teams nobody cares about,
We got 3 field goals in this game.
but the media wants you to care about.
Because
Jerry Jones wants you to care.
Well, I mean, you know. Ravens beating the Patriots 37-26. Are the Ravens one of the best teams in football?
How's Mac Jones?
Hate it, but yeah. they
Mac
are.
Jones is.
He had his ankle injury.
Yeah, it was a negative.
severe
If I remember
high
correctly.
ankle sprain.
Yeah, the
Was it?
X-rays were negative, but he's got a sprain, so he might be out.
Gotcha.
Sure, I heard severe.
Who's their
Like, yeah, a
backup?
couple
Who's the
right on
Patriots'
on the edge
backup?
of
Oh,
breaking.
it's what's his name? Who's been there for forever? It's
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer. Yeah.
Hoyer.
I'd love
I tell
to
you
play
what.
Brian Hoyer. Bring him.
Lamar Jackson.
Go.
Lamar Jackson is redefining the term contract here.
Yeah.
He's playing like the best player in all of football.
Well, the Ravens better
What
just
are
go
they-
ahead and give him like $300 million guaranteed right now.
What are the
because
Ravens
if they don't,
doing?
it's going to be a lot more than that by the end
I
of the
think
year.
they aren't going. I think they ended contract negotiations once the season starts because that was
Week
Lamar's
1.
date. Yeah.
Yep.
That was Lamar's like, hey, after today, no more.
Well, and
no-
that's also what Francisco Lindor did as well. And
Frankie.
you remember how that turned out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
New York.
I do know that if I'm the Ravens, okay, do you franchise tag him after this year if he threatens to leave?
Yes.
You franchise tag.
100% yes.
So I always thought teams were apprehensive about franchise tagging a running back.
Shots fired. Didn't he say he wouldn't play
say,
under the
he,
franchise tag?
So if he doesn't play under the franchise tag, then
Okay,
what?
and
He said he'd sit.
so
Is he going to levy on Bellett for 2 years?
well, we saw how that worked out for Le'Veon
It
Bell.
worked
Worked
out
out
great
so
for
well.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked
Yeah,
out well for
great.
me.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a
absolutely
sarcastic
awesome.
great.
Yeah. At least he got paid though. But
He got paid.
That's it.
Did he get a ring with? Was he on the Chiefs when they had a ring?
Was
No.
He was on
Oh,
the Chiefs, but
I think it was the next year after
He
they
wasn't
got the
a
ring.
part of it.
Yeah.
He's boxing people now, though.
Yeah, because that was a
Yeah,
that was
didn't he just knock out Frank Gore?
no,
Adrian
Adrian
Peterson.
Peterson.
That's
and
right.
Yeah, that was.
Who I heard
Did you
had
watch that
no
fight?
business being in there. No, I didn't see it, but I heard he had no. Adrian Peterson had no business.
Yeah,
being in
Le'Veon looked okay for a person who's never boxed before. Adrian Peterson did not look good.
Ooh.
He got touched up.
So he wasn't a Herschel Walker?
No, he got touched up hard. That was not good for him. That made me feel sad because Adrian Peterson, one of the most exciting football players ever.
Yeah,
So we're a little bit more than an hour in now, guys. Do we want to do the Swiss roll challenge here?
We can.
I'm in.
See, I don't know how to approach this because, like, I'm just going to hand them to you, and then you're just going to tell me which ones are better. Like, how do we do this? Because, I mean,
Well, first
ideally what I would
explain-
really like... Okay, so I'll explain the premise. So Swiss rolls now are almost $3 for a box, okay? For the Little Debbie version. Whereas at Aldi's, they're $1.50 for a box. Same amount of of the Swiss rolls inside, but they twice as much for the Little Debbie brand. I've always contended that Aldi brand is better anyways. But now it's like, okay, well, now it's twice as cheap and they're better. And I've always contended that in a blind taste test, if you had to taste both of them, you would say the Aldi's brand is better.
Yep.
Well, here's how I think we should do this. Nate, because you have the strongest opinion, I think that you administer the test.
Absolutely.
And not tell the
And
three of us.
I wouldn't
Yeah, it's
need
been a minute
to.
since I've had one anyway, so I'm here for it.
I wouldn't need to
I don't even like Swiss rolls.
be a participant in this because I already know what my opinion
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So, yeah, good point. Uh-oh.
Trevon Diggs.
Trevon Diggs is down.
Not his head. That's not good.
Leg.
So, if we're going to do this, let's go ahead and do it.
Do it. Do it.
You want to step aside, take a quick break, and then come back
Yeah, we can do
and
that.
do it that?
Yep.
Greg. Yep.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back with the Pulse Podcast. We got a special segment coming up. Swiss rolls. Which one's better? Stay tuned to find out here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, and we're back. We've got the Swiss rolls laid out. I know which ones are which. Hopefully they weren't watching.
Nope.
They don't know which ones are which.
I'm looking and I can't figure them out.
So we're going to go ahead and get right to it. First, I will go ahead and go with the first round. One for each of you.
Okay.
Okay.
One here.
So we have an A and B.
One here. One here. And then I'll go give one to Greggy.
All right. So, pre-eating inspection. I mean,
It's not falling apart.
chocolate's there.
Speak for yourself.
times you have that
Mine
stuff
is
falling apart.
mine is falling apart.
Yours is falling apart. Mine is actually staying together pretty well.
Got the old classic.
I mean, it's got
the
some
bottom
decent.
off,
It's
but-
got some decent weight to it.
It's got that LeBron, a little bit of hair missing. Look,
Right off on the cardboard
a
there.
little bit of. All right. Dive right in. So this is control sample A.
Wow, chocolate is thick in this one.
I think I know.
She thick.
If I have to take a guess, I'm not going to say it. but
She thick.
About to say, sponge is
that-
pretty dry.
With 2 C's.
Definitely.
Tastes like a soft Tootsie Roll.
yeah.
Okay.
It really
Exactly what it tastes like. Same
Okay.
kind
I like that. That's
Look
a
at that.
great comparison.
I mean,
A
the
soft
combination
Tootsie Roll.
of the chocolate and the cream, like,
Yeah?
it's none's
ratio?
overpowering.
Okay.
It's
All right.
pretty even.
All right.
Chocolate is staying together on my Swiss roll.
I like it. I like it. Greg, where you at? Where you at with this,
Staying
Greg?
together on my Swiss roll.
I'm just thinking about that combination of the chocolate and the cream, like Connor said.
It's coming together.
on my
No.
Swiss roll.
I'll tell you, to be honest with you, I'm a little torn right now in my mind of which one I think it is.
Okay.
It's
all
a
right.
Swiss roll.
Fair enough. It is
are
a
you-
Swiss roll.
what
I
are you-
will
what
say
are you
that.
torn up
It is definitely a Swiss roll. All right. So are we ready for control sample B?
Yes.
We're sloppy already.
Drum roll, please. Brrr.
A lot of cracking going on.
Yeah.
These are less uniform.
This don't seem as heavy. It seems like
It
cheap.
seems. I don't want to let my initial impressions get
Messy.
the better of me. It seems of a lower quality.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems
chocolate's
not
cracking.
as uniform.
All right.
It's cracked. It's not as look. It's not
It
as
does have
coated.
a cracked texture.
Yeah, it's not
See
as
how-
it's
see
not
how
as
it
loaded.
Let's go.
Oh man.
The taste is way different.
Yes.
The first one was Tootsie Roll. This is like
Expired Tootsie Roll.
Ooh.
this is
No, wait, this one's got more cream flavor to it.
Mine doesn't.
you know what it
Yeah,
tastes like?
I don't have as much cookie in this one.
This is gonna be a
Yeah.
real badass
Not
comparison.
consistent right here.
that.
It
Got
tastes
nothing. Yeah.
Come on.
Got no
it
cream
tastes like
Walk it up to the camera, guys. Let us
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Where's the cream?
it,
Where's the cream?
as the certified fat boy here. This
Let's get the certified fat boys
Excuse me?
impression here. Oh, hey, Greg. Wait a second. Hey.
all right. So this tastes almost identical to a Walmart cookie cake. I don't know if you guys have ever had those.
A cookie cake.
It tastes exact like the same kind of chocolate chips that are in the cookie cakes.
Okay.
That's what this is.
All right.
I think I got my
All
I
right.
think I got my decision.
So, first of all, can you tell me which one's which?
I think.
Connor.
This one I'm eating right now is the Little Debbie Swiss roll.
Agree.
That one is the Little Debbie.
You guys
Yes.
say the second one's a
I
little
think
Debbie?
I
The
think
second one, yes.
Okay.
I think the second one is the cheaper one, and I also think it's the better one.
I'd say the exact same thing, Zach. I think the second one is the cheaper brand, but I do like the flavor better.
And you two would be correct.
Oh,
The second one is, in fact,
Really?
the Aldi brand.
Team
yeah.
Fat Boy.
So control sample B is the Aldi brand. Control sample A was Little Debbie. Now, did you notice?
That Little Debbie did
Tell you what, you
hit
can't-
pretty good then for me.
Hey, you can't sneak a Little Debbie by me.
Right?
Tell you what.
Did
Ain't
you notice
nothing.
the skinny guys didn't get it right?
Ain't
but
nothing
both
getting
the
past
bigger
me.
guys were like, hey, I know exactly what this is. You ain't fooling me. You ain't getting one by me.
I haven't had a Swiss roll in probably 12 years. That was my first Swiss roll in 12 years.
Nice. Well, I'm glad to crack that code for you there.
But But yeah, bro, the Swiss rolls don't taste like they used to for sure.
They don't. And that's,
Don't
I think,
yeah.
that's the whole purpose for me doing this is I've noticed
It's interesting.
over the last couple of years, especially, but realistically, it's been within the last year. Swiss rolls, any kind of Little Debbie's except for oatmeal cream pies, they've all changed. Like the recipe or something, it's the anything that has chocolate in it that is Little Debbie has changed. And I don't know what, maybe it's the chocolate that they're using is different or what, but I'm not a fan anymore. Like I used to love fudge rounds. I can't do them anymore.
Yeah.
Cannot eat them.
It's hard to
They're
pick.
Those are way too sweet for me. Those
Now-
like make my teeth hurt.
Here's
Now,
Too much
here's
chocolate.
another topic for here's another hot topic for debate here. Are you a fan of smaller Little Debbie's or the big double decker, like the big ones?
Give me the double decker oatmeal cream
Really?
pies.
Okay.
Oh, man, that much good.
All right.
Have you had the zebra cake rolls yet? Swiss cake rolls.
Wait,
It's a zebra cake.
wait.
You haven't seen this?
Wait.
Yeah, I've seen this. I haven't
Oh.
not tried it yet.
Oh,
though.
You
I've been eating
knew
them for
about this
years.
and you didn't bring them in?
I've been eating
I
these
feel
for
like
years.
I feel like I've eaten them before.
That's why I haven't
been
had a
hiding
Swiss
them.
cake roll
But I haven't
because
had one in
Bro, what do you
zebra
think he
cake
has-
rolls are where it's at.
what do you think? He has in his
Zebra cakes
microphone
are
every
where
Friday
it's
night?
Yeah. And imagine eating a Swiss cake roll. It is. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think the Cosmic Brownies reign supreme,
Okay.
followed closely by the Nutter Butters.
Oh, no. Yes.
Oh my
Nutter
God.
You're on
Butters.
fire, Zach.
I know I am. Again, certified fat boy opinion. Those are the two best Little Debbies.
Nutter Butters for the win.
I guess I'm old school because
Everything else makes my teeth hurt.
I'm impartial to I'm partial to the oatmeal cream pies. I just absolutely love them. I could eat them breakfast, lunch, dinner, any time of the day. I guess call me Nick Saban because
Please tell me you're not like ruining kids' hopes and dreams on Halloween and passing those out because those
No.
are the worst.
Oh no, the chocolate bars for Halloween all the time, every day.
Because like the oatmeal raisin, like cookies or cream pies or stuff, that was it. If you put those out on Halloween, you're a bad person.
Oh, for sure. Now,
That's
I
think it should be punishable by jail time.
I had a friend and his mom used to pass out raisins,
Oh,
like the boxes
We'll fight.
of
The
raisins.
death penalty.
like the yeah.
And it was like, man, why is your mom passing out raisins for Halloween? Like, what is the deal with this? And he's like, she doesn't give out candy. If you're one of those people that doesn't give out candy, don't give out anything.
Leave your porch light
Just
off.
don't give out anything. If you are against giving out candy,
You are the spooky one.
then don't celebrate Halloween. It's not for you. It's not your holiday.
Jail.
It's not, and you're not even allowed to participate by giving things away. No, nobody wants what you got because it's not your day.
At the very least, community service.
Exactly.
I mean, that's,
Yes.
do not do that.
And I mean, your community service should entail something to do with, kids
Eating your raisins.
and showing them the joy of life through candy or something. I don't know.
Okay, Willy Wonka.
And if you're a dentist,
Yes.
if you're a dentist and I get a toothbrush, I'm coming back that night. Better not go to sleep. Better watch your house because
I can't believe you're just threatening
go to
dentists
sleep.
right now. If you're a dentist,
you heard me.
Miles
Don't go
Garrett
to
did not
sleep
break
tonight.
any bones in car crash on Monday. Thank you.
Woo!
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's fine. Hopefully everything's good. I doubt he plays Sunday though. I doubt it.
Why are we talking about sports? I thought we were talking about food.
We can still talk about food. I just saw
can
it
always
roll
talk
across
about
the
food.
bottom of the screen. I'm like, yes, good. Miles, good.
yes, good.
But-
Miles,
You act like this is a
Halloween.
sports podcast.
Halloween coming up.
We can talk about this just for a little bit.
Don't
Like,
you have a
what
game
is-
that night?
We do.
Bengals and Browns?
Be a whole lot of orange.
The
in that
two
game
oranges,
for Halloween.
the two orange helmet teams playing each
Joe
other on
Burrow.
Halloween.
Better be scared, Joe Burrow.
You think Pumpkinhead will
Might
be
get your
there?
head caved in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pumpkinhead will be there.
You know, Joe
pretty
Burrow
sure
will be
we'll see
throwing
him
a
a
bunch
few
of picks
times.
too, because everybody's wearing orange helmets.
Well, you remember when Myles Garrett put out like the Halloween decorations
Yeah.
and then lost big time to the
tombstones.
Steelers?
Yep.
Tombstone.
I don't think he'll be doing that again this year.
Well, we'll see.
Just saying.
How you gonna
Steelers are the
you're gonna
TikToks,
lose
so.
and then show up to the post game press conference in your costume? What
I think it was the Grim Reaper.
doing?
Yeah. The
You
dude.
lost, dude.
I mean, come on. You know.
I was at that game too.
You know
Come
how
on,
goofy
man.
Miles is. You know how goofy he is, dude.
Yeah.
so
showed up
goofy.
to training camp
That's
with a
fine.
Unigo visor. You know,
I don't
like,
mind
So
the
goofy.
I don't mind the cemetery, the quarterback
He almost
cemetery. I
committed
don't
murder
mind him
on
coming to
live
the
television.
game and
Ooh.
So goofy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's a Steelers fan.
Just
You're
so goofy.
you're gonna go
I mean,
there.
he's just
You're gonna
so
go there.
quirky and goofy, and he likes dinosaurs and killing people almost.
poetry.
Almost.
Poetry.
Almost.
But he has chicken.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
fine,
when-
no,
when-
never
when-
mind.
didn't get held down and
almost
kicked in the
get
head after
killed,
that.
Most of the time, they have some kind of like permanent injury from it, or some kind of
No, he just has
something
a-
to show for it. You know, like
No,
Mason Rudolph is
just
just-
has a douchey looking face.
well,
but
and he had that to begin with. Though, so.
he got a dent.
He's got a little bit of a dent. You know, that's all right.
His neck is shorter.
Well, I mean,
He used to look like Davis Mills.
he won't be competing with Davis Mills for the long neck contest
He's
anytime
fighting
soon.
with the other one with the thickness of the neck.
Miles was just playing whack-a-mole.
He's so
He was
goofy.
just trying
though.
to put it back on.
Upside down.
No.
No.
No, it was.
But you know what doesn't get talked about enough? Is Aaron Donald being the dirtiest player in the NFL.
Oh, with the all the time?
All the time.
He grabs other players'
grabs
face
other-
masks and then pushes them straight up and
Yeah.
long arms them.
No, he's just like he is the best or top 2, but he's also the dirtiest player in the league.
Oh yeah.
Like
And he proved-
he's as bad as Ndamukong Suh was. Well, maybe not that bad, but
see-
he's bad.
You see, he had Myles Garrett incident preseason.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At a joint practice.
Yeah, he proved
Oh, it's
that as long
practice.
as you do it in
We talk about
preseason,
practice.
it's fine.
We talk about practice.
No.
Practice.
No, but like Aaron Donald earlier
Not
this
the
year
game.
in the preseason game, he was dual wielding helmets.
Yeah.
It was twice as bad. Oh well, he didn't hit anybody,
But
he was
that was
twice as bad.
practice.
That's practice. It doesn't count.
Not the game.
Yeah, and because it's preseason, the NFL didn't discipline him. The NFL was like, you guys can handle it.
You got this. You got this.
You know what?
Don't worry about
You know what, Rams? You got it.
You got it. You got this.
God, I hate the NFL. I'm not gonna stop watching, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Deshaun
I don't
Watson.
think anybody's gonna stop
You
watching.
give more penalty, or you give more of a suspension to Calvin Ridley, who bet on his own team to win a game.
That he wasn't in.
Atlanta.
A game
Well,
that
look,
he wasn't
look
in,
at the
right?
Celtics coach getting suspended for a full year for having a
saw that.
consensual relationship
Yeah, there was something
with
else
one of his
going on
staffers.
there.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe.
There's something
but-
else going on there.
Hey, it was if it was consensual.
Yeah,
How
I'm
do
not
you get
gonna
a
I'm not
full
gonna comment
year out
about
of
that
it?
because I don't know.
No comment. No comment. I'm just saying.
Just stay.
He got a full year. Deshaun Watson only gets 11 games. Makes sense of it.
Different league.
Makes sense
Yeah.
of it. I'm just saying. Like, if the crime, whatever.
The
We're not going there.
NFL has
I
never
don't
been
wanna-
good about discipline. They do not care about women. They don't care about other people. The NFL,
They care about
Be better.
public opinion.
be better.
Be better.
Roger Goodell,
NFL.
if you
Be better.
be better.
You need to be better. You should be.
Better.
Back to Halloween, though. What's your favorite? Like, when you were a kid, you're going out Halloween, you're going out trick or treating. What was the go-to candy for you? Like, all right, I always, every time before I came home, my mom would inspect our candy when we got home. You know, like let me inspect your candy. You know, you're gonna steal the good stuff.
Yeah, we
So-
just call that dad tax. now.
Exactly.
That's it.
So
My dad always
what
took
I
the
used to do is I would always snatch all my Reese's and put them in my pocket before I went inside. And then, all right, here, you can inspect my candy. Those are my go-to Reese's. If you're giving out Reese's, you get an A+ for me for Halloween. What's your go-to Halloween candy?
Snickers.
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 Now, are
or
you like
Twix.
the fun size, or you want like the full size?
I don't care.
Snickers are
I don't care. Snickers is a
Snickers.
Snickers.
Snickers are the
Eric's
most.
like, just give it to me all veiny.
All the chocolate.
Snickers are the most consistent candy.
Yeah.
Snickers are the most consistent candy across the board. You get the small ones. You get the special ones.
What are we doing over here?
They all taste the same.
You are canceled, my friend.
Who?
Nate is getting canceled right now. He's out of here.
I just got canceled. What the hell?
What? So Greg, you don't like Reese's?
No, you missed that
You missed the comment. There.
What'd he say?
Off the air. Off the air. That's better for that.
Look at Eric getting all red.
What'd he say?
Eric's already red.
What did he say? I don't know.
I'm just
I
laughing.
don't know what's going on. It was a comment from last week.
So Snickers for you,
Yeah.
Connor.
Can I do 2 right now and as a childhood?
Okay,
Like, as a
childhood.
child.
Childhood. What was your favorite?
My childhood was Three Musketeers.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Right
that was
now-
like my mom's favorite too.
Right now, I'm Reese's hands down all the way.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right. Now, are you a seasonal Reese's guy? You got to get the seasonal Reese's, or do you like just the regular peanut butter cups?
When seasonal comes out, yeah, I'll rep them, but I eat them all.
Those
I eat them
Easter
all.
I got to comment about
Pumpkin's
that.
it, man.
Those Easter eggs are the ones, man.
And
used to
Greg,
be.
once again, Fat Boy Connection. the Easter Reese's are undoubtedly the best product that Reese's has ever made.
Yeah, the ratio is perfect.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's
the perfect
best.
ratio.
I agree.
Have you
By
seen the
far.
Halloween ones with the Frankenstein green?
Oh yeah.
Bottom.
No, don't mess up my
Are they
Reese's.
different? I haven't had one. Are they different?
I will say that I enjoy
They look
white
cool.
chocolate Reese's also.
Same.
Oh yeah,
I think that's
white
I'm a
chocolate
white chocolate
Snickers are my
over-
You
favorite.
lost me.
Dark
Oh,
Well, so you guys are very close. Reese, it is a Reese's product that is the best Halloween candy.
okay.
It is Reese's Take 5 bar.
Okay, you can't go wrong with Take
Okay, so
5.
those are kind of like a cheat code for candy bars, though.
Yeah,
for real.
but they're
like
at,
it's
you
got
only,
everything you ever wanted in a candy bar.
but you only get them
you
at
get, like,
Halloween.
so good.
Like, when's the last time you had a Take 5 bar?
Oh,
Yeah, that is weird how they-
Sometimes
So
we'll just
good.
get one.
They used to be on the
They are
shelves.
so
I would
good.
buy them.
They're
Right.
delicious.
Oh, yeah.
I only ever have them at Halloween when they are given to me or bought for the purpose of handing out to children.
You have a lot of self-control.
Is it-
on the
I
other
don't.
hand, I go to the store and buy
The
2 boxes
least
of
amount of
Swiss rolls.
self-control of any person.
I feel like I've missed out because just within the last, I'd say 2 years, I really gotten into the Take 5. But before that, like, where was it in my life?
You know another one that's
You
slept
saying
on?
Take 5 percentage has gone up
Another one that's
Yeah.
slept on?
150%.
Reese's Sticks.
Oh, the sticks.
The
are
sticks.
Oh, the,
unbelievable.
the fast break sticks.
Yeah, fast. No,
Yes.
Oh.
he's talking about the sticks, but I was
The
just
fast
gonna
break?
say the fast break.
The fast breaks are bomb.
Oh, my
Those are
goodness.
delicious.
Fast breaks are good too.
You know,
man.
when they first came out, I thought they
about
were
the
energy
outrageous
bars. So I would get them before work, and
What,
I'd
with
be
the
like,
Reese's Pieces
man,
in
I
it, too?
crashed real
And
hard
the
at like
no.
10:30. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Why? Reese's fast break. This
I
must
mean,
be
I
an
thought they were like an
candy
energy bar. For real. Like, when they first came out, I was like, oh, Reese's came out with an energy bar.
And then he's
Oh,
like,
cool.
No, it
and
sure
then
Because
he's
that
like-
was
for
right around the
kids.
time when energy bars started getting real big. So
And
I
then
was
you
like,
looked,
oh.
you looked over and you're like, Take 5. Oh yeah, I'll need that to relax.
Son of a.
we have gone off the rails.
Damn it. Well, it happens at least a couple times a show for sure.
Oh, man.
So, Take 5 is your go-to. Greggy, I know what you're going to say.
What I'm gonna say?
Rolo.
Bueno.
Rolos.
Rollers are underrated.
Have you guys tried these Buenos yet?
The Kinder Buenos, but that
Kinder Bueno.
I don't think about that much about Halloween because I just buy those like every
Well,
day.
those are like
buy
your
those on
now
Tuesday.
go-to, like
yeah,
now.
Yeah. Oh my God, they're so good. And the white chocolate ones of those are so
Those
good.
are the
Oh
best.
my God, they're so good.
Well, Greg,
Have you ever had the Bueno?
You're batting
the
about
Kinder
900
Buenos?
here,
Oh.
so I'll take your word on it. I
You have to
haven't
try
had.
'em, man.
They're delicious.
Can I say an underrated candy?
Yes.
Can we go with a Rolo?
No. We
No,
can't.
you can't go with a
Rollers are
Rolo.
underrated.
Hey, I
They're
like
good.
We
those.
can.
Rollers
Rolos
good.
are about as underrated as Milk Duds.
No.
Rolo's got a lot
Rolos
better.
are there.
When's the last time you had a Rolo?
Rolo's got a lot
Rolos,
better.
okay.
When's
here's
the answer-
here's the
when's
last time I
you
had a Rolo was inside of a cookie.
No. When's the last time you had a Rolo by itself?
It's been a while.
All right,
Okay,
well,
well,
we're going to buy you
couple
two
years.
Rolos.
It's no
better.
Kinder Bueno.
It's
but
been a
it's some
couple
good
years.
stuff.
Nate
If I'm
Mullins,
gonna get
NFL,
caramel and
be better.
chocolate, I'm gonna get a caramello. So, just saying. Like,
Rolo's
they're
got
way
better when they decided to make the smaller ones in the bags
yeah,
without the foil
Yes.
on every one. Because
Yes.
that shit slows me down, man.
Yep. It's like Starburst. It's the same thing with Starburst. Like, come on. Like, who wants to unpeel every Starburst? Like, just put them all in the same pack and foil wrap the
Yeah.
whole.
When I was a
Shit
kid, I just
stale
ate them with the
anyway,
paper
man.
on, like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is,
Come on.
You know, as a little kid, what are you gonna do?
I'm also M&M's guy.
But Greg, what was your Halloween candy? What'd you say?
Bueno.
Yeah, I mean,
Bueno.
but if we're going Halloween, you really can't beat Reese's, man.
Oh,
Reese's
yeah.
anything is Halloween to me.
Reese's.
Like,
So, like,
Just
that's
give me
got to be
Reese's does
like
Halloween
tier
best.
one.
Give me a
Reese's
Reese's
is like
pumpkin.
tier one. What is, like, all right, so let's go, like, like the
Tiers, okay.
second
Candy
tier
tier
of
list?
candy.
Yeah.
This
like-
is something I always liked that I thought was kind of weird. But you know those like, they're like almost like taffy, but they're not. They're kind of like peanut buttery, and they're wrapped in like colorful wax paper.
Are you talking about Mary Jane's?
Not those necessarily, but they're usually like black ones and orange ones.
Black and orange,
like,
yeah.
And like I don't even know what.
Oh,
they're
I know
called,
what you're
dude.
talking about. They're
Taffy?
just like straight Halloween candy.
they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
And they've got like
peanut
peanut butter in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And they're like taffy
I
kind
always
of.
liked those. I
Oh,
always thought those were
yeah.
really good.
I think
Those
anything
are
that
real
looked
good.
like
Those
that.
are like in
That's
your
like a peanut
grandma's
butter.
candy dish. Those are slept on like
Those are
hard.
old school
I
Halloween candy.
think
For sure.
I definitely avoided anything that looked like that.
Yeah,
I'm going for
old
candy.
people
It's
candy.
very-
Like the ones, like the watermelon ones, even though they're good. You know what I'm talking about? The ones in like the watermelon wrapper.
Like the hard
Connor,
candy
yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Those are
The
good.
strawberry ones are good too. The ones with like the
Strawberry-
strawberry
is that what I
filling.
mean? That's
Yeah.
what I.
Yeah,
That's
what
what I
you're
mean.
talking about. Those
Okay.
are good. You're sleeping on
Those
those.
are good. But
Good.
like Werther's, a Werther's okay.
Oh,
But
I'm
yeah.
never gonna go for it.
Werther's original.
Love me some Werther's.
You can avoid it.
Tier
Soft
2
Werther's.
Oh yeah, soft Werther's for sure. Tier 2 Halloween candy though, like
Snickers.
if you were okay, so let's take out all of the Snickers, Reese's, any of the like candy bars, like the name brand candy bars. Now let's go tier 2, like any kind of other candy.
Okay.
What's your Connor? Go ahead.
Nerd products.
Nerds.
Yes.
Okay.
Like
All
the
right.
nerd ropes, the nerds itself. Yeah.
Because I was gonna say Warheads. Warheads is one of those.
Oh,
It's like
warheads too.
any kind of Warhead product, or like Airheads. Airheads is another one. It's like, okay, those are really good.
I'll go with
And the
nerd.
one that I like that the bottom of the bag is always full of is those flavored Tootsie Rolls. The
The
red
orange
ones.
ones. Oh, man.
Dude,
Oh, yes.
the fruit flavored ones are the best.
I find those at the store every now and then, and I
What-
snatch those things up. Dude, actually,
They're like Toots
okay,
or something.
So check this out. In that flavor bag, you get like the vanilla, you get the orange, you get the
Why is the
lime,
vanilla blue?
Yeah.
Well, because
and you get a strawberry, or is that what the flavor is? No, it's cherry. It's cherry is the red flavor, right?
All right.
I was in Walmart one day, and I came across a bag that was just red Tootsie Rolls, and they
What?
had strawberry in there, fruit punch,
Oh, boy.
cherry, and watermelon, dude. Like,
What the?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, that strawberry and fruit punch, delicious, dude. You gotta try some of those. If you
All right. Well, I'm a big fan of those. Those like fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls.
yeah,
Those are like the bomb. They're really good.
But yeah, I had never seen those before. Those
you know
flavors.
what belongs in this conversation that I
What's
don't
that?
have ever outside Halloween? Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, for sure.
Jolly
Jolly
Ranchers.
See, I think almost Jolly Ranchers is one of those. It's kind of like a tier 3 candy. Where
Yeah.
it's like, I almost feel like those smaller candies, the small little like, you're not really gonna like fill yourself up on them, but it's like, okay, I'm just gonna snag a piece of candy real quick.
Jolly Ranchers.
Like,
Premier
that's
road
like
trip
tier
candy.
3. Oh, for sure, for
How
sure.
about tier 2? What about Whoppers? How do you feel about those?
A Whopper?
Yeah.
You don't
Yuck.
like Whoppers, man?
No, not big.
Like all those malt candies.
I would replace a Whopper with a milk dud.
You
Harsh.
there's a
Zach.
there's a special place in hell for people that like malt candy.
That's harsh.
Like
So
Auntie's
no,
eighth
no
circle.
Whoppers for
Yes.
you, huh?
No, my
No
dad
Whoppers?
loved Whoppers.
That's it.
Okay.
Like that was his dad tax. He would take all the Whoppers and milk duds.
And I'm sure you didn't mind at all.
Not at all. Also,
You're not a
think
milk dud fan?
they're not as good,
Okay.
but they're not. It's not
prime
criminal.
off your teeth while you're eating.
In that same category, you also only have them at Halloween. Dots. Dots are
Those
good.
gross.
Yeah,
Dots.
you can have all of those.
Dots are good.
Bruh.
No.
Dots are good. You can't eat too much of them,
Dots.
but they're good.
So there used to be a store in Tiffin called Dots, and they used to give those out at the front counter. There was like a little bowl that had a bunch of those little boxes of Dots.
I could talk about candy.
and
all
my
day.
mom would always try to, here, you want some Dots? No, those are disgusting. That's nasty.
You know what
No,
I
thank you.
actually enjoy in moderation that most people hate and always talk crap about at Halloween? It's candy corn.
Oh,
Candy
I love
corn.
candy
I love
corn.
candy corn.
Yeah.
What is the hate on candy corn? Why do people
Everybody's
hate candy
always
corn?
dogging on candy
It's
corn.
not good. It sticks in your teeth.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not.
You can only have so
bad.
much before you get.
It tastes like candle wax.
Well, you need something to stock up the little glass bowl in your aunt's house. You know, like you
You
need
know-
something to put there.
I saw a recipe the other day. Somebody like shared a recipe for candy corn cookies, and they were like, "This is an abomination." And I'm like, "I would smash that whole plate." Like, what are you talking about? I would destroy a plate of
All right,
like
how do you guys-
candy corn flavored cookies.
How do you feel about I don't know what they're called, but it's the little candies on the strips of paper, like the sheets.
Like little dots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little circles that
Those
stick
are
to
good.
the
Little
paper?
heart,
I
little
don't
yeah,
know what they
yeah.
are.
Those
Okay.
are good.
I don't like chocolate.
Can we talk
No,
about
they're-
that?
they are
Yeah,
chalky.
the chalky cake topping, like all those like
Smarties?
The little you're gonna put
Smarties aren't bad.
decorations on a
Smarties are good.
cake. Oh, you can eat it. No, I'm not eating that shit. That's disgusting.
So
That is like it's almost like Necco wafer flavored stuff. You know, like
Bro, those are
who
just-
wants that?
Those things are like.
And they're not. It's not Halloween candy.
No.
But the worst candy that you can give me, if you hand me a circus peanut, I'm gonna throw it in your face.
How do you feel about
Who thought that was a good idea? And how are they still around?
Man,
That's the question.
that is
Who's
rough.
still
How,
buying
who's
that?
Cabela's.
eating circus
You ever
peanuts?
been to? You ever been to
I have that
Cabela's?
same. Yeah.
They probably are the #1 manufacturer of circus peanuts.
Is that what?
I
like,
have the
fishermen
same
eat that
question.
stuff?
I don't know. Just every Cabela's I've ever been to, there's like 30 bags.
Who shapes? Why is it shaped like a peanut?
Why is it bright orange?
Why does it exist?
Yeah. Well, and
What is
Why is it banana
I keep
flavored?
asking this question, like, who is actually buying
forgot.
them?
I'm eating a
It's kind of like
sponge
the
right
same
now. What is
thing as
this?
like Long John Silver's. Like, who's actually
I
still
know.
eating at Long John Silver's? Who's keeping that place open?
I haven't had one in so
KFC.
long. I have not had a circus peanut in so long that I forgot that when he just said, "Why are they banana flavored?" I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, they make me cough. Banana flavored things
cough.
make me cough. Yeah, like it's like it does something to my like.
No, they
dude.
don't. Stop.
Dude, I'm dead
No, they
serious.
don't. They don't make you cough.
Yes, if you give me banana flavored Laffy Taffy, I will cough.
I can't eat more than 2/3 of a banana without wanting to throw up.
Oh yeah, well,
But I like
anything
bananas.
banana flavored.
I like the concept of bananas, but if I eat too much of one banana, I'm gonna throw up.
so like just half.
Have you guys-
2/3 is my limit.
Have you guys ever seen the banana and
Oh,
Sprite
face
challenge?
You know,
The banana what?
The banana and Sprite challenge.
Oh yeah.
What
When you
is
throw
this?
up.
If you eat a banana
Yeah.
and drink Sprite, it like will make you throw up.
No.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why?
I'm not a fan of throwing.
It's
so.
something.
Connor's like,
Sciencey.
I'm not a fan of throwing up. So let's not do this.
We're not a science
podcast.
I
We're trying
think-
this.
We're not a science
Bananas and
podcast.
Sprite. Next episode of the Pulse.
I think wasn't that like
Get
debunked?
your buckets ready.
They did it on like Tosh.0 or
Yeah,
something.
wasn't that debunked? Doesn't that not work at all?
I don't know, but Tosh.0 they did a thing with his like cast, a crew, whatever, and they put them all on like the Scrambler ride, and like, dude, yeah, they were reacting.
Well, I mean, on the Scrambler ride, I'd do it without
You gotta mix it up in there, man.
You gotta mix it up. Yeah, mix it up. Ugh.
So I know we kind of went away from the topic, but I wanted to know opinions. But what do you like better, the normal candy corn or the candy corn with the brown on the bottom?
Or the pumpkins.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
the
say that.
pumpkins,
Pumpkins
too,
are where
yeah.
it's
the
at.
take all three of
pumpkins
them.
are where it's
All
at.
three of them.
Give me all three of them, mix
I have a
bowl.
different bag.
Yes, in a bowl, mixed together. All of them.
I have a different bag sitting on my table right now. You know the funfetti cake, the Pillsbury funfetti
Stop.
cake. Oh, they make candy corn with that. in it.
Stop.
Shut up.
I have a bag
Stop.
sitting on my table as we speak. I should.
And you
have
didn't
brought
bring
that
them.
in.
And you didn't bring them.
Some things are too sweet.
Okay.
That's one of them.
All right. Candy
That's
corn's
one
too
of 'em.
sweet.
Yeah. Again, like the little Debbie thing. They make my teeth hurt. Like I couldn't eat more than that for Swiss rolls. Those like
I can't send you home with a box of them.
no.
No.
I'm gonna die
Send me
anyway.
home with
I'll
mine.
take a
I'm doing good
box.
though.
You're doing good, except for those 2 Swiss rolls you
take
just
a
ate.
Swiss-
Yeah, but that's for content. Those don't count.
Yeah,
Calories
I
don't
need-
count if they're for
Hey,
content.
Speaking of,
let me
next
get
week-
some more of those because I need to make some content back.
Yeah, let me make some content.
Greg's content is gonna be alone in a dark room somewhere. Bunch of Swiss rolls.
Well, before we get done here, we got to talk about chess, right?
oh,
That was on the topic.
was on the topic.
We got to talk
Yeah.
about chess. I'm sure everyone has already switched off now. They're done. All right, chess. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a nice. No,
so
what's going on with chess, Zach?
I'll preface it with some of the most ridiculous sports drama out of any sport ever.
Okay.
All right. So I'll try to give everybody the rundown. There are 2 main players involved. First is Magnus Carlsen.
Magnus.
He's out of, I think, Norway.
Okay.
He is the best chess player of all time. He is the Brady of chess. He's been beaten up on grandmasters since he was 8 years old.
I would definitely be proud of that for sure.
He is.
You
He
get
is.
laid?
Greg, you should pull up a picture of Magnus Carlsen. So he best player of all time. They were doing a chess tournament in St. Louis called the Singfield Cup, where the best chess players in the world come, like the best, I don't know, 2012, I think, and they played in a round-robin tournament.
Yeah, I don't think chess is stopping that dude from getting some tail. He's doing just fine on his own. I mean, he probably, that chess isn't going to hurt him at all.
We'll see.
I'm not saying that he's exactly attractive, but I'm just saying, like, he doesn't look like a nerd, so.
So, there's another person involved, Hans Niemann. He is
Hans
Niemann. He's an American. I think he's 20 years old.
He has a very interesting way of playing chess.
Yeah, so, basically, he is the lowest rated player at this entire event. He came in as a substitution. So one of the top players, I think Richard Rapport from Hungary, couldn't make the USA. So they put this American kid in, Hans Niemann. He's playing chess. All right. They play in the Sinkfield Cup. Magnus Carlsen, Hans Niemann meet, and Hans Niemann beats Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces. So in chess, it's harder to beat someone with. So if you're playing as white, so you get to move first, you automatically have the advantage. All right.
All right.
So to beat the best player of all time as a pretty low rate, it was like Magnus Carlsen's worst loss in the history of his career. And then the next day or 2 days after, Magnus withdraws from the tournament. And this is absolutely unheard of, a player of that caliber dropping out. It does not happen in chess, right?
Okay. All right.
So that led the internet to run wild. So the thing about Hans Niemann is he's a 20-year-old kid. He is cheated a couple times online. Cheated. So they.
How do you cheat online?
Well, it's pretty easy to cheat online, right? You have a different computer up. Maybe you have the like Stockfish. You have an engine that has solved chess basically, and that can tell you the best move for whatever position you're in.
All right.
So Hans cheated once when he was like 12, and then another time when he was 16.
Cheater.
And he was. You think, oh, that was a long time ago. He's only 20 years old.
Okay.
Right? So that's pretty recent. And Hans Niemann was open about it. This led the internet to go absolutely wild. As something as unheard of as this Magnus Carlsen guy dropping out of the tournament. Everybody, commentators, fans, everything was like, all right, Magnus thinks that Hans cheated. The question is, how do you cheat at over-the-board chess, right? It's all streamed live. There are hundreds, thousands of people watching. There are metal detectors to get into the place. And that's led to some wild fan conspiracy theories. Like, I think Nate's favorite, and the reason why he wanted to talk about this is one theory was that Hans had some kind of anal bead up his butt, up his ass while he's playing chess that would buzz when he was thinking about the right move or something like that. So they think that this pro chess player has anal beads during a professional chess match. And this got so much attention that there was actually, you got the picture up right here. This, like a campsite, like a model campsite, offered him $1 million to play naked. I don't know who he'd be playing against. I don't know.
I don't know. Even naked.
Is the other guy going to be naked too?
Even if he's naked, if they're up there, you're not going to be able to see it.
I don't know. So this is wild. Just today, I think, or maybe yesterday. So this happened a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Magnus has been absolutely radio silent the entire time. So it's just the internet's running wild. No one's made any conversation. No one's made any comments. Nothing like that.
Right.
And Magnus released a statement today saying basically, hey, I think this guy cheated. I'm not allowed to talk about it legally, but there needs to be something done about this. I will say Magnus said that Hans has cheated more often and more recently than he talked about in his interviews. Chess.com, which is the most popular chess site where everybody plays, banned Hans Niemann. That was a big thing. They kind of silently, they took him off.
Well,
off the website. And this has been an absolutely wild piece of, like, you don't think of chess as a very exciting sport.
yeah.
This is just insane that people are thinking, like, this dude's playing with anal beads.
Now, is this something that now you got a lot of attention on the sport now because of this?
Sure.
Do you think this will be a positive thing for the sport going forward? Maybe
I don't
it'll
know.
draw more interest to
Well,
professional
It's a
chess
buzzing
play?
topic right now.
It is a
buzzing
buzz.
talk. So
Shut
during
up.
during thought that one was gonna slip by. So during COVID, chess got really big. Chess got very, very popular.
You sound like a chess guy. Are you a chess guy? You
I'm a
play
chess guy a little bit.
Nice.
Play a little bit of chess, but
I'm more of a checkers guy.
yeah. Chess got very, very popular during the pandemic. So much so that, like, chess theory, right, the how you play the game, evolved at a much higher rate than it had ever, right? Because just so many online games are being played, so many different positions, so many different ways to play the game. So chess has become really popular. This is the biggest piece of drama to hit the sport ever. I mean, I don't know. Do you want to see a guy playing? Do you want to see this? I do. I think it's super exciting.
Yeah, I think
It's more exciting to watch recaps and just get the drama, other than sit through a chess game, because that can be kind of brutal sometimes. But
it's got us talking about chess, so it's got to be a good thing.
that's true.
I mean, we're a sports show and we're talking about chess, but I think the anal beads aspect is really what has propelled this story into the spotlight. So where did that come from? Like, is that just an internet rumor? Or
That was just an internet. So
does he have an internet? Does he have a history of I don't know,
Anal bead
propensity
usage?
for anal beads?
No, this is just a
he gonna
a
get
theory, and I
sponsored
think
Yeah, does he have anal beads as a sponsor now? I mean,
should.
He should, definitely.
I think the internet ran wild with a bunch of things. They talked about a bunch of different theories. They said Hans had some kind of mole in Magnus's team,
That's a
there was
flag.
treachery. As we see a hit out of bounds here, the Danny Dimes. Vanilla
Can't be
Vic.
hitting Danny Dimes like that.
Yeah, so
Oh, a little dust up.
About to fight.
But yeah,
people thought like there was a mole, there was someone trading like treachery on Magnus' team. That's not gonna happen. The internet just went wild with a bunch of things, and it's very much been a guilty until proven innocent. Because like the fact of the matter, like
well, that's what the internet does now.
Exactly.
I mean, for everybody.
It would have to be an incredibly difficult, like online is one thing. It's probably pretty easy to figure out even at the high end tournaments that are online. But over the board cheating in chess, while probably not impossible, has to be just insanely hard to do. And there were a couple things that were fishy about it. Like
Right.
when Magnus lost, he played a line, he played a way that he's never played before ever. And Hans said in his interview, he's like, "Oh yeah, I practiced for this." It was like he's never ever played this in his entire career. So
Well, I mean, you had just said that during the pandemic and during COVID, there were all these new ways of playing chess. You know, maybe he just rediscovered his way of playing chess with anal beads.
It's just, you would
not like
think.
this, not like this.
You just would think.
I don't know, man. That was kind of an interesting story. Where do you think it goes from here?
Where do I think it goes from here? I don't know. It seems that Magnus is not going to play in any more tournaments that have Hans in them. There's no way that I think at this point, if nothing's come out, there's no way that you can prove that Hans has cheated. Right? We have the picture in the top corner. So I think it's a whole lot of drama because unless they can come forward with some kind of evidence, can you say Hans cheated? No, you can't.
You really can't.
Oh yeah, he tweeted a picture of the soccer coach where he said, I can't say anything or I'll be fined. Yeah, that was the tweet he made like the day of.
Yeah, it looks like it says something like, "If I speak, I'm in big trouble."
Yeah,
or
if
something
I
like that.
speak, I'm in big trouble. Victor Moreno, right? Is that his name? I think.
Right.
Yeah. it's more interesting. Magnus was the world champion, so the absolute number one best. He decided not to contest that title. So think of it in UFC terms, right? Someone stepping away from the belt. That's basically what happened here.
Huh.
So yeah, there was a lot leading up to it.
Some drama in the chess world.
And I don't know, pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah.
Who didn't love anal
But
beads?
do you think if the
playing
anal
chess?
beads element wouldn't have been involved, do you think there would have been much?
In the chess world, it would have.
Okay.
Not so much outside of that. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
wouldn't see
think
it on
that's-
Reddit. You know?
I think that's really what has propelled it into the conversation here.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully there's more for Magnus coming forward, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how that shakes out. Guys, we've been on here for a little bit over an hour now. It's been about almost an hour and a half now, I think, right?
Hour 47.
Yeah.
Hour 47.
Let's just get it to
Podcast.
two.
All right.
Move over
So-
Joe Rogan.
Usually these go about 90 minutes. We're a little bit over that.
Oh,
Look
man.
at Saquon
Barkley.
Barkley.
That's a
Woo!
touchdown.
Good Lord.
Touchdown.
Woo!
Saquon.
Heck of a run there.
Man. But,
That lady has a white claw.
yeah, she
She's happy.
does. Ain't no laws when you drink a claws. But, all right, guys.
White claw
So,
Wednesday.
that we did the Swiss rolls thing.
That's funny.
I think we should do something every week where we just kind of like either sample something new, say like a fast food restaurant comes out with something new, we sample it, or like Greggy mentioned pizza, and I'm like, pizza's been done so many times.
I just wanted pizza.
I know you wanted pizza, but I thought,
French fry test.
how can we do pizza like it's never been done before? And I'm like,
Yeah.
one thing that I mentioned to him, I'm like, we should just do frozen pizza and then just eat it frozen, and then just see who has the best frozen pizza.
Oh my God.
Like it's actually frozen.
Okay.
But that's just a bad idea.
Are we going to get some Who's branded blindfolds?
I think that should be definitely in the cards. But no, I was thinking maybe we test out who has the best national brand pizza. Like we toss it between Domino's, Pizza Hut, and Little Caesars.
tell
Whoever
you,
it is coming out of
We
Detroit.
bring it in here.
I
Tell you
kind of
what.
like the idea still of like the trying to figure out what's what. Like, so maybe to get a couple different pizzas and then figure out which one's Pizza Hut, which one's
Figure out which, yeah.
Domino's or whatever, like.
Now, if that's the case,
Man, I'm
are we
hungry
going
for
just
pizza
plain
now.
straight up,
Thanks,
just plain
Greg.
cheese pizza?
Pepperoni.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say
pepperoni all the way.
pepperoni, yeah.
Yeah. Plain pepperoni pizza.
Gotta have a pepperoni pizza.
It's a standard. It's the American classic.
Okay. It is the American classic, that's for sure. Americans have ruined the pizza with the pepperoni.
Oh wait, Nate's got heartburn.
There you go.
I cannot stand pepperoni. I cannot stand
Well, looks like we're
Hey.
doing cheese then.
Tell you what I do like.
But I will say,
That's going to give him problems on the back end.
You know what I like on pizza? That's kind of a weird topic. Not that weird, but beef.
Beef.
Yeah,
Like
just
cheeseburger pizza?
Like hamburger.
I mean, it's literally just says beef on most menus. It's just.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's not necessarily hamburger, but it's not meatballs. Even though meatballs on pizza is delicious, also. I used to get that at East Chicago, but.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
getting beef. It's just like just little chunks of beef, dude. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a pizza purist.
What's your
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni, that's it?
And then if you want to get a little like, wow, what are we doing here? Like ham and mushroom, maybe.
Whoa.
But that's like whoa.
Whoa.
Pepperoni pizza.
I like the mushroom and bacon.
Bacon? Yeah. All right.
God, I just
Okay.
hate mushrooms so much.
Connor, what's your pizza go-to
All right,
toppings?
so we are getting pepperoni, bacon, ham, sausage, meat lovers
Oh,
Throw
you're
some
a meat lover.
on that.
Pineapple.
I kind of figured you would look like a meat lover kind of guy.
on pizza.
On pizza. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, on pizza.
That's what I was talking
Connor,
about.
it's
Yeah,
Connor
on
Roush
pizza.
cake.
What are
Can't
you
get
what were you
enough of them.
referring
I
to?
was thinking pizza.
Exactly.
So.
I was thinking about pizza. I mean,
Yep.
you totally look like a meat lover guy.
Slurping
Pizza.
up meat
For pizza.
all day.
Yep, for pizza.
I bet you
All
really
night.
like sausage, don't you? On pizza.
On pizza.
Sausage.
Yeah.
On pizza.
For real.
They don't
I
call
mean,
him Connor Sausage Lover Roush for nothing.
He loves
Sausage
meat
Lover
on his pizza.
Roush for nothing, right? They don't call him that for nothing.
Eric, you're just a pepperoni bacon guy?
No, I gotta have mushroom on any
Mushroom?
Of my pizza.
Oh man, I just don't.
It works.
Banana pepper. I do like the meat lover. Throw banana pepper on that.
No.
Yeah.
The Fort Ball
Man,
meat lover. Add banana pepper. That's my
I'm a weirdo.
go-to.
Meat lover, add banana pepper, Fort Ball?
What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
What was that pizza that you brought in here the other day from Madison Street?
Oh, no, that was the Reno's Pizza.
was it
that was the
Reno's?
Reno's Madison Street Chicken Pizza.
Oh.
The
Collaboration.
loaded chicken pizza.
Tightened up on me.
delicious.
Brand collab.
Delicious. But I'm a weirdo when it comes to pizza. I think there is a magical thing that happens when you combine banana peppers and pineapple. I don't know what it is, but those two combined on a pizza is like magic. To me, you add those two with bacon, and it's like, okay, yes, my mouth just had a party.
I think
Gotta be crispy.
this is a controversial opinion. I know it. Banana peppers is more sacrilege than pineapple, I think.
No.
Like, pineapple can work. I can't stand banana peppers.
Really?
Love them.
I cannot. They're horrible.
Thank you, Zach.
I don't like them.
They're
Thank you.
fantastic.
They're not good.
On a pizza, they're phenomenal.
Outside of a
Whoa,
pizza.
CD lamp.
On a
And even,
pizza.
honestly, I've had
Sit
them
down with a jar.
plenty of places. Yeah, where
Like, he's gonna make some
at Madison's
content
we have
in
a Euro
dark room.
salad. You put those banana
Jar
peppers
of banana
on it.
peppers.
I just miss East Chicago.
Don't think I haven't.
Oh, East Chicago, yes.
That's all I want right now is East Chicago pan pizza.
Pan pizza.
with meatballs on it, man.
With
Yeah, that
meatballs
was
on
so
it?
good.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
It
Oh,
was so
You
good.
mean
Meatballs are already
lasagna?
sliced in half.
you mean lasagna?
Oh man, it's just
Pretty much.
big old.
I don't know.
big
Not
old
Colbert.
Meatballs all over there. Woo, it's delicious.
Oh, that wasn't Colbert. Who was that? Who was a late show host before? Had that big
Before
rant about-
Colbert?
yeah, Jon Stewart.
John Stewart.
John
He had that
Stewart.
big rant about Chicago deep dish.
It's just casserole. It's not even real pizza.
Oh, but you're talking
Chicago
about real
deep dish.
Chicago pizza with
Like-
the sauce
I don't
on
know.
top and stuff. You know,
Well,
I'm
and real
not
Chicago
necessarily about
pizza
that.
is like cornbread. Like it's not actual dough.
I
It's
just-
like they make it with like cornbread or something.
I just love pan pizza, man. It's so
Oh yeah,
and East Chicago just nails it.
You ever notice how all of the like
East
the,
Chicago pan is the best
the
for
like
sure.
national pizza chains come out of Detroit?
Anything.
So hungry.
Yeah, me too. We keep talking about food, and I'm like, all right, can we end this podcast so I can go get some food? What were you gonna say, Zach?
You ever notice
sorry,
how all those
food.
pizza brands, like all those chain brands, come out of Detroit, not New York, not
Listen
Chicago?
to you with the Michigan toss.
Little
With the
Caesars,
Michigan.
Jets, Domino's.
Little
Detroit.
Caesars, Little Caesars.
Where'd
the
Pizza Hut
official
come from?
pizza
God.
of the NFL this year.
know.
They signed
Don't
that
care.
contract.
Jack's Pizza.
I don't know. I don't care.
Bro, I got a Little Caesar pizza the other day.
Papa John's?
It
Don't
was
care.
all- it
What
was all
kind of-
messed up looking, and I looked at that and I was like, "You want to be the official pizza of the NFL? You better get your shit together."
Hey,
So-
whatever Chris Ilitch can do to get more money for those damn Detroit Tigers, I'm for it.
So, Greggy, you are a Little Caesars guy. You frequent Little Caesars?
Not so much.
they're
Yeah.
so
but they do have a pan pizza there, so
greasy.
They do have a pan pizza.
Yeah.
Coming out
They
with a
actually had
Detroit style pizza.
They had a stuffed crust pan pizza. That's what I got the other day. It was
They need to bring that pretzel crust pizza back with the
I remember
nacho
when
cheese sauce.
A buddy of mine brought a pizza from there over to a party one time, and it had bacon around the crust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a pan pizza, but it had bacon around the crust, and I was like, "What in the hell?"
They actually have a stuffed crust pizza there, and a stuffed crust that has cheese and pepperoni stuffed in the crust.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. On that note, guys, we got to wrap this up. I'm like starving. I'm about to go home and mash, like just smash all
About
the
to
junk
say you-
food in my cupboard.
Are you buying dinner for all of us?
Yeah, what's
that's
for-
that.
We can
that's
just
what
go
I
get a
heard.
pizza somewhere.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just
go get a pizza.
All right. Hey, company
Pizza.
meal.
And
right.
it's during a podcast. That's
Yeah,
a tax
I mean,
write-off.
hey, that's
this is content.
business meeting. Yeah, come on, guys. All right. Any final thoughts? I mean, we got this week coming up. Tomorrow, Coach's Corner live from Bench Warmers. Wednesday, the Over Under Pod. Make sure you tune in live here in Studio Squared. Aaron Steyer, Joey Krajewski. Friday, we will be at 2 different locations. We will be at the Tiffin Calvert versus Bern Union game, and then we will also be at either the Lakota Margaretta game or Mohawk and Cary, depending on how things shake out the next day. But we will make sure that you are up to date on that. We'll make the poster. We'll get it out there. We'll post it for you as soon as we figure that out. And then Saturday.
Berg.
Back at it with the Berg as Heidelberg takes on Muskingum. Live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's a 1:30 kickoff, correct?
I think so.
Yes, 1:30 kickoff.
First day game we've had there.
First day game. That's
Nate,
right.
are you going to be calling that?
I will be there.
I'll
I'll be there for the next 2. So, actually, no, I'll be there for the next one, and then the one after that.
And getting Dom back in.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see who we can get in. I mean, maybe a student would like to get in and do some play-by-play, you know? Do you have any students that would be up to the task? We'll talk about that off the air a little bit and see if we can figure something out. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for us here on the Pulse Podcast. Great episode here tonight. If you've made it this far, please share the video. I'm telling you, it helps more than you know, helps us reach all of these different audiences that we are not able to reach without your help. So make sure you follow us on all of our different platforms. Like, follow, subscribe. Tune in tomorrow night as we'll have the Coach's Corner live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. That's going to do it for Connor Roush, for Eric Hall, for Zack Dillon, and Greg Kinn. I'm Nate Mullins signing off. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports.